Hey, joining us now, Coach is on the portion of our Lumberjacks pregame show is Lumberjacks head coach Tom Lennard, who the Lumberjacks get set to take on North Branch for the Section 7 Class 4A championship game here tonight from Public School Stadium. We'll briefly go back to last Saturday night's game at ESCO against Hermantown Hawks. And just one of the things I wanted to kind of talk to you about was going into the game, you were maybe a little bit concerned that the guys maybe possibly could be looking past Hermantown. They beat them once before, 10 days earlier by a pretty good margin, but that certainly was not the case. They were absolutely focused, they were ready, and they played solidly through all four quarters.
I think it really says a lot about the seniors and their maturity and their level. Really excited about just keeping away from the phone. And they really are such a big team like they have all the other ones. They were just excited to get on that field and play as they were the week before and week one. So just really proud of them for that. They understand Hermantown, not what they normally are, but they're still doing things to let them get into it and kind of step down the road and do that.
All right, take a look at tonight's game against North Branch. You played them earlier in the year. Weather conditions are a little bit different than the first time we played them by about 60 degrees. But, this is a team that I guess if we thought we were going to get to this game, that this would be the team that we'd probably very well be playing. And they certainly have got some similarities to us, especially at quarterback. They rely very heavily on a senior quarterback, number 14, Aaron Robillard. Does a lot of good things, and he is a very key player for that team.
Yeah, he's an amazing athlete. We certainly are aware of him, like everyone else that plays him is. I think that's kind of the cool thing about their students. Everyone got into their team knowing that he's high, and you got to shut him down to shoot him, and they have no idea. So we certainly feel like he's ever worked out for us. We spent a lot of time this week talking about some discipline on defense, and Coach Oak has got a really good plan. I'm excited to see that collection just I think he's had a really good we've had all year, and we're ready to go.
You go back to the game tape, Coach, when you played them during the regular season, look for tendencies and stuff like that?
Well, the fun thing about high school football now is we have every film of every game we take place this year, just like they have with us. So really it comes down to if you're willing to put in the time and really break that apart, you can get some pretty good stuff out of that. It certainly doesn't mean they have to run things the same way they've been running it all year, and I think coaches that make some adjustments for playoffs have a little more success as well. But overall, you're not going to recreate our playoffs, right? Definitely. So we feel like we have a pretty good idea of what they want to get done and what we need to do to stop. So from that standpoint, yeah, we certainly look at our game, week 4 or 5, whatever that was. But probably more importantly, the last 2 or 3 weeks, because that's where they're at now.
Right. And Robillard can do more than just run. He piled up a lot of touchdowns in the last game against Grand Rapids. He can also throw. Number 4, Tyler Adams, is they're kind of their key guy. But one of the things that I was wondering coming into this game, I don't know if they have the weapons that your team has, because it seems like the Lumberjacks have a lot more players to go to, guys like Gerlach, Moose, Hassan's back tonight, a lot of weapons there for you offensively.
That's really up to the coaches to take up the points to be a little more person, to put other guys involved and not allow them to just take them away. I think we got North Branch who's a little more focused on making sure the quarterback is the everything else under that. Whereas we kind of take it week by week and said, hey, this is what we think we can do this week, and these are the guys that will put a place to do it. So just a different approach.
How about defensively for North Branch? We know all about their offense, but defensively they have had some games where they've given up some points. So how do you exploit that?
Well, I'll be honest. I think that that's one of the keys for us. We feel like we should be able to move the ball on these guys and maybe keep that offense in theirs and the quarterback on the sideline. Okay. That was our plan going into the last time we played them, and it seemed like we just kind of scored too fast. At times we go down the field in 6 plays and 4,
right.
or turn the ball over. So that would be the difference tonight. for this. Yeah, I think we feel like we can move the football. We've proven we can move the ball against just about anyone, and having played them before, we know that they're small like they're certainly solid guys up front, but scheme-wise and personnel-wise, we'd like to match up pretty good.
You had a key player back tonight, Ron Mike, sat out the last two games. I'm sure he's very ready to go here to get back in the backfield once again. And Josh Bushy got a little dinged up against Hermantown, but you're telling me here off air that he's back tonight, and he's a huge part on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, it's great to get team leadership like that back in the game, and on top of week, we're excited to get back in the thick of things. We'll work with these guys against us all week tonight. Really, the legs under them, and feel confident doing. Obviously, we ask too much, but that's part of the game of football this time of year. You're going to have some injuries. Hopefully, they're not ending, and you can get other guys kind of be that next man up and fill those gaps, whether it's on offense or defense or special teams.
All right, we've talked a couple of keys. Obviously, turning the ball over is always big, especially it magnifies, as you say, as you get into the playoffs. And keying on their quarterback, number 14. Have I missed anything? Is there anything else that you'd like to see here tonight?
Well, I think I'd like to see us come out with a little bit more of an edge in terms of just being real aggressive right away. We've had a tendency to kind of let the other team set the tone for the first couple of series, and then we respond to that. I'd like to see us come out and take the battle to the other team this time, and kind of show, hey, this is our game to lose, and we're gonna fight for every inch. I'd like to see them come out and play with the same fire they have, at the midpoint and the game right away from the beginning.
Yeah, you're the number one team going in, and you'd like to see them play like that.
Yeah, you got to match the other team's intensity, and especially in games like this and conditions like this. I think we're certainly playing in conditions that we're used to, and we need to take advantage of that.
Okay, Coach, we thank you once again for your time, not only tonight but throughout the season, and let's have one more conversation next week down in St. Cloud. All right, that is Lumberjacks head coach Tom Lenars joining us on our pregame show, and we'll return to Public School Stadium right after this. Game, we'll start with our visitors tonight, the North Branch Vikings. The Vikings 7-2 overall on the season. Here's their starting offense. Starting at center, junior number 53, Isaac Mackey. At left guard, a senior number 54, Jordan Botch. At right guard, senior number 55, Nick Johnson. At left tackle, senior number 52, Cameron Irvin. At right tackle, junior number 79, Dawson Dross. At wide receiver, junior number 80, Connor Hartman. Also wide receiver, junior number 44, Nick Hunziker. At wide receiver, senior number 19, Zach Hills. At wide receiver, senior number 9, Darian Fair. At running back, senior number 4, Tyler Adams. And starting at quarterback, senior number 14, Aaron Robillard. The head coach of the Vikings is Sam Ferraro. His assistant coaches are Brent Lundgren, Kyle Call, Dan Johnson, James Holt, Mason Niederkorn, Jason Steves, Justin Voss, Sean Simstead, Thomas Johnson, and Bailey Adams. Here's the starting defense for your Cloquet Lumberjacks. Starting at left defensive end, senior number 66, Dylan Lauer. Starting at left defensive tackle, senior number 53, Jordan Peel. Starting at right defensive tackle, junior number 58, Brady Doran. Starting at right defensive end, junior number 57, Jonathan Nelson. Starting at middle linebacker, senior number 9, Joshua Bushy. Starting at left outside linebacker, junior number 43, Jordan Bolos. Starting at right outside linebacker, senior number 10, Jaden Schneeberger. At free safety, senior number 1, Tyler Moose. At strong safety, senior number 7, Mitchell Gerlach. At right cornerback, junior number 27, Andre Peters. And at left cornerback, junior number 24, Alex Luzo. And coach of the Lumberjacks is Mr. Tom Lenars. His assistant coaches are Jeff Ogen and Paul Reese, Jamie Bass, Taylor Cole, Brian Lindstrom, Kyle Wardelman, and Lance Horvath. The Lumberjacks are the number 1 seed, and they are 9-0 coming into this game and ranked number 5 in the state in Class 4A. And that is a look at your starting lineup. We'll take our final timeout and come back with the start of tonight's game from Public School Stadium. Lumberjacks, Vikings, Section 7, 4A Championship coming up next.
The Cloquet School District wishes to recognize all of the tremendous work the students, their families, and the staff have done to achieve great student successes in our academics, arts, and athletics. Congratulations also are due to all Cloquet students because of the fine qualities of citizenship they show in and out of the classroom. Go Lumberjacks! You make us proud.
The law firm of Rudy Gassert, Yetka, Pritchett, and Hellwig would like to wish the Cloquet Lumberjacks the best in the football playoffs. As a general practice firm, the Rudy Law Firm has 6 attorneys who specialize in 6 different areas of law, allowing them to handle just about any legal matter, including family law, real estate, probate, and even personal injury cases. The Rudy Law Firm has been helping people in the Cloquet area since 1973. Learn more about Rudy Law Firm. Check out their website, www.cloquetlaw.com, or call 879-3363. Rudy, Gassert, Yetka, Pritchett, and Hellwig.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. We're Edward Jones. Together, we'll give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Andy French's office, 1305 Highway 33 South, Cloquet. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
North Branch Vikings will have the white tops, red pants, red helmets, red numerals, and black trim. The Lumberjacks will be in the home purple tops, black pants, black helmets, white numerals, and purple and white trim. The North Branch Vikings will receive the ball. Lumberjacks deferred. They will kick off. And back deep for the Vikings on the kick return will be number 44, Nick Hunziker, and also number 9, Darian Fair. Kicking off for the Lumberjacks, of course, Marcus Pokranowski, I forgot to mention this, is out for the rest of the year. He may have turf toe, broken toe, or not exactly sure, but he has a toe injury, and it was Spencer Wehr kicking off in the last game, and Spencer will also do the duties here tonight. So he has it teed up at the 5-yard line. Hunziker and Fair standing at their own 10-yard line, and we are set to go. 7-4A championship from Duluth Denfeld Public School Stadium. It's a short kick, fielded at the 23-yard line, and the Vikings turn it outside to the 37-yard line, and that is number 25 on the kickoff return for the Vikings, as Thomas Werdeman was the up man, and a nice return and great field position for North Branch at their own 39-yard line to start first down and 10. And
this first series is going to be critical, Randy. The Lumberjacks can stop them, and, you definitely want to get a lead, but you don't want North Branch getting ahead in this game playing catch-up. This is critical first few minutes.
Well, number 14 is the guy. He is the main, he is the engine that drives this vehicle. Aaron Robillard, the quarterback, and he hands it off on first down, and they give it to Tyler Adams. They give it to Werdeman. Thomas Werdeman on the carry. It's a short gain across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and a pickup of 3.
Yeah, and it's, they had gone spread offense before, just 2 receivers here, Randy. They're running with splits.
A different look here for the, and normally Robillard would have 4 wide receivers and work out of the shotgun. He's working from under center.
I think this is better for Cloquet.
Second down and 7, they give it to the first man. And a huge hole here for number 44 for North Branch, and totally different look. That's Nick Hunziker on the carry.
And nice tackle on the play there, Randy, by Riley Leslie stepping up, making an open field tackle, and that could have gone for a lot more, but they were very close to the first down.
And this was a total surprise. No huddle here for North Branch. Gain of 6 for Hunziker. He's about the nose of the football shy of a first down. So North Branch showing a total different look than they did the first time we played them in North Branch, with the Robillard up under center. Trips behind him on third down and extremely short. They'll hand it off to Tyler Adams. He's hit but has the first down as Jaden Schneeberger wraps them up and brings them down. It's a 1-yard gain for Tyler Adams, his first carry of the night, and the Vikings, at least on this drive, might come out with a different look.
Yeah, and the no-huddle, Lumberjacks kind of scrambling here, Randy. He definitely caught him unaware. They're trying to get guys into position.
First down and 10, the ball at the midfield stripe. As Robillard under center barks out the signals, and he will roll it and keep it himself. As heading to the right side and room to run for Robillard. He's got blockers in front of him and a pickup of nearly 15 yards. And this is what Robillard does best, Mike, is run the ball. And last week against Grand Rapids, he rushed for 240 yards and all 4 touchdowns in a 29-6 win.
Yeah, they pounded up the middle, pounded up the middle, and he just runs the keeper and rolls out to his right, picks up a huge gain into Lumberjack territory.
Werdeman, Hunziker, and Adams, all 3 behind Robillard under center. First down and 10 from the Lumberjacks' 36-yard line, and now they'll throw a short pass into the right flat for Werdeman. It's complete. He avoids one man, and he'll pick up about a yard.
Got very lucky there. That should have been a loss of a couple, Randy, and guessing they're going to rethink the passing options here, probably keep it on a cold night out here. Expect the ball, probably feels like a bowling ball, so I see them pounding it inside or having Robillard roll out a lot in this game.
Gain of 1 on the pass to Werdeman, second down and 9. From the Lumberjacks 35, no score, 9:40 left to go first quarter. High snap, and they'll give it to Tyler Adams, nowhere to run, but now he's able to come back the other way. He started to his left, ran into 3 Lumberjacks, came back to his right, picked up about a yard or 2. It'll be third down and 7.
Yeah, nice pickup there. It looked like they were trapped for another loss. Of course, they're probably in the 4-down territory. Lumberjacks 33, Randy, but good job those first 2 plays for the Jacks. Wrap them up when we got them in the backfield.
Now North Branch goes to the 4-receiver set in the shotgun. This is their normal formation. On third down and 7, Robillard out of the shotgun with a man on him. Looks to pass downfield. Aids it for the sideline. It's incomplete. Jonathan Nelson was bringing the heat, Mike, and it'll be fourth down and 7 on the incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think you saw Nelson coming out of the corner of his eye. He really rushed it and threw really a wobbler up there, Randy. Not a good pass. And didn't have a lot of time. Of course, it's harder when you're rolling it out against the grain there. And he was fortunate to get that one away and not get hammered. And now it's 4th and long for the North Branch, and a huge opportunity for the Jacks on defense.
Robillard is also their punter. Fourth down and 7. They line up as if to go for it. Robillard and the Vikings at the Lumberjacks 33-yard line. Fourth down and 7. They'll move Adams over to his left. Robillard out of the shotgun. Trips to the left. Single receiver right. And Robillard will keep it himself. Robillard has a first down and more to the sideline. Tyler Lewis knocks them out of bounds. And the Lumberjacks missed an opportunity to bring them down short of the first down. And Robillard breaks that tackle, and North Branch has a first down and goal to go at the Cloquet Lumberjacks 3-yard line. 11-yard line.
The Jacks not playing poorly on defense, Randy. They're just not wrapping up when they get that chance. And should have had Robillard for a minimal gain at best. Couldn't wrap him up, then boy, he gets out into the open, and it's a big gainer. Got to get him when they get that first contact. Find a way to wrap him up and bring him down.
Now, this is what North Branch does. It's Robillard left, Robillard right, Robillard up the middle. And he is shown he is one tough guy to bring down. First down and 10 from the Lumberjacks 11-yard line. And they'll hand it off. And going nowhere is Hunziker. Dylan Lauer is there to wrap him up and bring him down. Actually, it was Tyler Adams. And that'll be a tackle for a loss back to the 14-yard line as they lose 3 yards.
You watch Adams, it's like watching the tank run versus the Corvette for Robillard, Randy. The speed difference tremendous. I expect to see Robillard getting the bulk of the carries. He's been very effective, very, very quick and elusive runner.
Second down and 13 from the Lumberjacks 14-yard line. Robillard once again out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. And Robillard is going to throw a quick pass out into the flat. It is complete, but a great open field tackle made there by Riley Leslie. As hauling it in is Connor Hartman.
That's 2 big open field tackles for Leslie, and that was, they end up picking up about 3-4 yards, Randy, but that could have easily been 10 or 15. Great tackle, and now it's long.
Third down and 9 from the Lumberjacks 10-yard line. But once again, Mike four down territory for North Branch.
Trips to the right here.
Robillard will work off at the left hash mark. A lot of room to run on the right side. Plus 3 receivers over that area. Rolling out is Robillard. He wants to throw. Nelson chasing him from behind it to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. They sent all 3 receivers, Mike, to the corner of the end zone. And I'm not sure which one of them caught it. I think it was Connor Hartman.
Hard for me to tell. Good coverage by the Lumberjacks. Looks like somebody jumped up in the air trying to make the pick and missed it. And the Vikings get the touchdown. But, boy, good the story of what the Lumberjacks, the options and the opportunities they had, couldn't get it done. Again, good coverage, good pressure coming from the backside. But give North Branch credit. They made the plays there, Randy. 3rd down, 3rd and long, 4th and long, and they found a way, and they're off and running.
So the North Branch Vikings scored their opening drive to take a 6-0 lead over the Lumberjacks. And now they will go for the 2-point conversion play as Robillard, and maybe too much time here by North Branch. There's going to be a delay of game against the Vikings. And so that'll back up North Branch to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, now you kick in here, or what do you do? This makes it a lot tougher in poker, too. And, it well could end up a battle of conversions here tonight, Randy, at the end of the game. Who converted in more of their point afters?
4 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. North Branch going for the 2-point conversion. Robillard, a quick pass, and it is in and out of the hands of Hunziker as he was the intended receiver. If the ball was thrown behind him.
Yeah, he was wide open that time. Single coverage, he lined up wide to the left, and he just slanted in, and he had him for the play. Of course, it's not like the pros, they can just drill him in the right numbers. The throw is behind him, and it's incomplete. Some consolation for the Lumberjacks. They just trail 6-0.
So 6-0, North Branch scores on their opening drive. We'll take a break and come back to Public School Stadium right after this 1-minute timeout.
Cloquet Stewart's Restaurant is now open. Any barbecue and smokehouse.
So, carrying that ball up high, it goes down to the 32-yard line. Boy, Alex Uzo just swinging the ball out there.
Yeah, he almost
dangerous
rumbled that, Randy. North Branch claiming it was a fumble.
Yeah, the Vikings score on their opening drive, 4 minutes and 31 seconds. They start the drive at their own 39-yard line. It is Adam Hartman scoring on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Robillard. The 2-point conversion pass was no good, and North Branch leads 6-0 with 7:22 left to go in the first quarter. Lumberjacks' first drive of the game. Tim Pokernowski with the ball throws a quick pass to the flat, and that's on Mike and drops the ball.
And that's the problem with the passing game when it's freezing cold out, Randy. Nice, easy pitch and catch there. He rolled out, would have had an easy 5-yard gain or more, but, hit him right in the numbers. But, like I said, it's like a bowling ball out there sometimes. Probably one in warmer weather that Hassan would have easily hauled in.
Mike has not played the first half of the Proctor game, so he has missed the last 2 games. Gerlach goes in motion. Pokernowski calls his own number, and he is met and stopped for little or no gain as the Vikings defense stops Tim Pokernowski for a gain of only a couple.
That time he ran more to the inside, Randy, and maybe should have kicked it out, got that speed a little bit more. He kind of just ran into a mess of North Branch players right up the gut. Minimal gain. Here's 3rd long for the Jacks.
3rd down and 8 for Cloquet from their own 32 or 33-yard line on their opening drive of the game. Pokernowski, straight drop, short drop, looking for someone to pass who has time and line. Benson over the middle of the 39-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Benson become more of the passing attack, catching his first touchdown last week. None bigger than that one, Mike, for 16 yards.
Randy, that was up in the air. He had to jump up into the air. He talked about how hard it is to catch the ball when it's cold out. The pass was high, was on the money, but Benson went up into the air in the midst of a sea of North Branch players and hauled that in for a huge first down for the Jacks.
Benson climbs the ladder to the 49-yard line. First down, the first carry of the game. Spencer Wehr, up the middle, running to the daylight. 20, 15, and brought down at the 6-yard line. Spencer Wehr goes 46 yards for a Lumberjack first down.
Guys play up the middle with the quick hitter, and they fooled them. They thought it was going to be a handoff, and it was going to go to the outside, and really caught them soft up the middle of their Randy, and Wehr just blasted right through the secondary and just ran up the gas at the end. So we have a track meet going on here right now at PSS.
First down and goal to go. Lumberjacks at the North Branch 6-yard line. They'll bring a man in motion. That's my gig. He gets the handoff, looking for room to run, and there's nothing there for Hassan. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second down and goal to go from the 6-yard line of North Branch.
Jack's got to answer back here. It looks like, we'll see if they don't go to Wehr again here. Maybe just a safe play and have Pokornowski roll out.
And now we have a whistle and an official timeout. I think somebody from North Branch might have an equipment problem here. There's 5:38 left to go in the first quarter. Vikings took their opening drive, marched downfield 61 yards, scoring on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Robillard to Adam Hartman. The 2-point conversion pass was no good. Vikings lead at 6-0, and now the Lumberjacks trying to answer. Here's the give to Spencer Wehr. Wehr straight ahead. Touchdown! Spencer Wehr, 6-yard touchdown run, and we are tied at 6.
We're just blasting through the line, Randy. I mean, that was like a hot knife through butter there. I mean, there was no stopping him. They tried to arm tackle him, and just like a guy going through turnstiles, just, checking into the game. I mean, he just flew right through the line. Now that's a couple big runs for Wehr. Let's see if they stick with what works, because he's had one nice big gain, and then what looked like was a pretty easy touchdown run.
Benson to attempt the extra point, and it is blocked as North Branch. Two men blasted right up the middle, and Benson, I don't even know if he even barely got his foot into the ball.
They almost took the snap, Randy.
Yeah.
Far in the backfield. That was poor blocking by the Jackson offense there, and the extra point is blocked, and we're tied.
We are tied at 6-6. Spencer of the opening quarter of play. The key play on the drive was the 45-yard run by Spencer Wehr, and also a 16-yard pass on third down to Eli Benson. 6-6. We're tied with 5:29 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back to Public School Stadium right after this.
Out of sight, out of mind is a trick that usually doesn't work, especially when it comes to your retirement. Start planning early so retirement doesn't sneak up on you. Come in and see me, Joanne Trevoranis, at Franzen Investment Services, 712 Highway 33 South, or give me a call at 218-878-2975. I'll help you put a plan together so you can look forward to retirement with confidence.
Security advisory services and insurance companies are offered through Investment Centers of America, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, and a registered investment advisor at affiliated insurance agencies. ICA is not affiliated with Franzen Investment Services.
All right, welcome back to PSS on the kickoff return for the Vikings. Number 44 is Hunziker.
Some good kick by the Jacks. So, North Branch pinned a little deeper at their own 32, Randy. This game gets to be a battle of 4-down territory. Can you get it into that 4-down territory where both teams are going to be tough to stop? You got to find a way to stop them, to where it ends up being 4th and 4 or 5 in their own territory. You can't let them get deep in, inside your 35 to where they get 4 opportunities for that first down.
From the 27-yard line, North Branch first down and 10. 4 receivers set, single back. Robillard out of the shotgun. He takes the snap, and he hands it off. And a nice run here as the Lumberjacks have got to do a better job at tackling. And that was Werdeman carrying it ahead to the 42, and that's a 15-yard gain, and they are just running right through the Lumberjacks' arm tackle.
Well, we talked about focusing on Robillard. Get him, let's focus on him, and then he fakes it to the right, handed off the other way, and Werdeman goes for a big gain. So North Branch got it firing on all cylinders offensively here tonight.
Werdeman, the single man in the backfield. Robillard on first down and 10. They'll give it to Werdeman. No, give to Robillard. Yeah, me and you, Blake.
Oh, we got him.
Werdeman would have been tackled for about a 5-yard loss. Instead, Aaron Robillard so good at that deception on the fake handoff.
Hold it back.
Yep, hold it back. Picked up 4.
It's not Wehr at him for a loss of 5, and instead the gain of 4. Second and 6.
Second down and 6, North Branch from their own 46-yard line. Robillard, a quick pass into the flat, and that's good to Hartman, and good open field by Seaver. The ball came loose, and it belongs to the Lumberjacks. As Hartman falls in a 1-yard pass, and then fumbled on the play, and the Lumberjacks have recovered.
You know, I honestly thought going into this game, the team that turns the ball over the least is probably going to win. I figure if the Jacks turn it over one or fewer times, they're going to win this game, Randy. But, you know, if it gets to be a turnover contest and you end up with 4 or 5 of them, you know, it's going to be hard to win. That's already one for the Vikings in a game where both teams are piling up the yards. Just can't turn the ball over.
Hartman catches that short pass to the right flat, stripped of the ball by Schneeberger. Jacks take over, and there is Spencer Wehr. Wehr breaking tackles. Spencer Wehr refusing to go down to the 30-yard line on the run. That is a pickup of 17 yards. Spencer Wehr, he is running with good purpose tonight, Mike.
Like Chuck Foreman, right?
Yeah,
he's just
exactly. Good ball.
Left and right, and he's just playing like a man possessed. That's good old-fashioned football. You get both arms on the ball, keep the legs moving, and just drive right through people. And he is right through that defensive line of North Branch again.
And he'll get the call again. 68 yards on 3 carries and a touchdown, and this time he's going to be dropped for a loss. His forward progress will get him back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play for Spencer Wehr. 2nd down and 10 from the North Branch 30-yard line. Game is tied at 6-6 with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The first turnover of the game.
And why that turnover is critical, Jackson 4-down territory, Randy. It's 2nd and 10, but you're at the 30. Still got 3 chances to get that first down.
North Branch kept their drive going, Mike, on a 4th down and 9. Here's the give to Mitchell Gerlach, and Gerlach is going to be taken down as he could not get outside. And North Branch, Werdeman was in there, as was number 22. That is Gavin Jensen Schneider, and that'll be a tackle for a loss. Loss of 4 yards on the first carry of the night for Mitchell Gerlach.
Good containment by North Branch, Randy. He didn't really struggle on defense, but that was huge. You get Gerlach outside the ends, big gainer, but nothing doing. North Branch has that one figured out.
3rd and 14 from the North Branch 35-yard line. Pokarnowski out of the shotgun, and now he's going to run it. Pokarnowski splits a couple of defenders, and it would have been a much bigger gain. He gets to the 25, and it'll be 4th down and 4.
They just got one of the players a handed jersey from behind Randy. It cut right through 2 players, but one of them got a hand on the jersey and brought him down. He still picks up almost 10 or right around 10 yards. Now it's workable. It's 4 and 4 here. This is, this is doable.
4th down and 4 from the North Branch 25-yard line. Jack trying to take advantage of the North Branch turnover on the fumble. North Branch trying to get a stop here on 4th down. Gerlach in motion from left to right. Rolling out is Pokarnowski, and now he's going to run it. He's got room to the 20 and out of bounds to the 19, and he's got the first down.
Great play by Pokarnowski. He rolled out to the right, Randy. He just pulled that ball back a little bit like he was going to throw. There was enough hesitation there by the North Branch players and the linebackers. Pokarnowski pulled the ball back in, hit the Jets, and has got the first down. That's what you love to see, that great senior leadership from your quarterback, the guy you can go to, give him the ball, and he's going to make the big play.
Jacks get a fresh set of downs at the North Branch 19-yard line. Pokarnowski's going to keep it once again, and Pokarnowski just caught around the ankles as the Vikings, Jensen Schneider, Lucas Jensen Schneider. There's a set of brothers, Lucas and Gavin Jensen Schneider. One a freshman, the other one a senior.
6 years, 2nd and 6 for the Jacks. North Branch 15, so gotta think we got a Spencer Wehr handoff coming up here, Randy.
2nd down and 6 from the 15, and good call, Mike, as Spencer Wehr gets the call, and it's going to be a short gain. They'll push the pile forward to about the 11, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, good job by Wehr. Not a lot there, but you're right. They just moved the pile forward, and that's all you needed. It's 3rd and 3. You got 2 downs against 3 yards here. So.
And you got Benson, who can kick a field goal, although they'll need to block much better as they Vikings block the extra point.
Not Benson's fault there.
No.
The guys in state.
3rd down and 2 from the Viking 11. They'll go back to Wehr, and Wehr sidesteps the man and tracks inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line, and that should be enough for another Lumberjack first down.
First and goal at the 8. And Wehr is the go-to guy in the early going, Randy. It doesn't look like those North Branch tacklers want a lot to do with him. Whole night here, he is just busting forward for yards left and right. Big, tough yards.
Under a minute left to go. Jacks quickly up to the line of scrimmage, and once again they go to Spencer Wehr. Dives inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a gain of 3, second down and goal to go.
And again, not much there, but We're just powering forward. And, you know, to be honest, I think about handing it off to the guy.
North Branch usually like trying to get players off the field. Lumberjacks almost going to pull an Aaron Rodgers as North Branch is scrambling to get players on and off the field. That's where you snap the ball and you get them for too many men on the field and get a half distance to the goal line. But the Vikings call a timeout. 31.5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and a couple of the keys in this game are coming true early, as Coach Lennar said. Number 1, turnovers are so big, and they got that. And number 2, keep that offense off the field of North Branch, and the Lumberjacks are doing that right now. Yeah, they started at the 48, but Mike, they've run about 3 minutes or more off the clock here on this drive just to get down right now at the North Branch 5-yard line.
Yeah, and it's cold out, you know what I mean? North Branch has got some guys going both ways, but then you're getting beat up on defense, so you almost do want those long drives. You either get tired and beat up on defense, or you're standing on the sidelines, you know, getting cold. So, yeah, good drive by the Jacks. They've eaten up a lot of clock. Now they just got to finish it off. They got third down and second down and about 4 yards to go.
Yep, so. Second down and goal to go from the North Branch 4-yard line. North Branch uses one of their 3 timeouts. 31.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 6-6. Aaron Robillard, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Connor Hartman. And for the Lumberjacks, it was Spencer Wehr, a 5-yard or 6-yard touchdown run.
Rollout coming here for Pokarnowski.
Split back behind Pokarnowski under center, and they'll bring Gerlach in motion from left to right. They'll go to Spencer Wehr. Wehr turns it upfield to the goal line. Touchdown! Right inside blocking there by the Lumberjacks. Spencer Wehr, his second touchdown run of the game, and the Jacks take their first lead of the game at 12-6.
Oh, just a brutal, punishing run from Wehr, Randy. Again, all of his runs coming inside the tackles, and that time North Branch, all kinds of guys stacked up inside, and Wehr was just like a snowplow in the middle of a storm, Randy, as he just parted the Red Sea right up the middle and just busted a hole through, and, you know.
And Benson this time gets the kick away, but it goes wide left. And once again, North Branch got Werdeman and Ammonrud up the middle. The Jacks got the kick away, but that kick sailed wide left. The Lumberjacks do take the lead 12-6. 26.2 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here as we have just under a half a minute left to go in the first quarter. But more importantly, Mike, the Lumberjacks do take advantage of that turnover.
Yeah, and that was key. That's going to be key. You know, I think the team, honestly, that turns it over the fewer times in this game is going to win. And I really feel if the Lumberjacks turn it over, you know, 1 or 0 times, they're going to win the game. So if they can just find the ball and, you know, keep the clock moving and keep piling up the yards, they're going to win. I hate to jinx them, but I don't see North Branch stopping them. So it's going to come down to whether the Jacks on defense can stop the North Branch offense.
Yep.
They left out the last time with a turnover, and, you know, this right here is going to be a huge possession. You can build up a 2 or 3 score lead. It's going to be a big uphill battle for the Vikings. But if they can stay with it and keep countering, you know, you get into the third or fourth quarter, anything can happen.
All right, Spencer Wehr to kick it off to the Lumberjacks. 26.2 seconds left to go on the clock. Line drive kick, and this will be fielded, and they'll go on the reverse to Darian Fair. Fair finds the seam, and then he is hit hard.
Some out of 4-down territory. I really feel they're a whole different team.
Okay, first down and 10, North Branch. From their own 39-yard line with 19 seconds left, Robillard, of course, out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. Robillard will fake the give to Adams. He'll keep himself, runs up the middle, and a 10-yard gain for Robillard. This is what they do, Mike. They spread you out, and then he does such a nice job of concealing that ball.
Yeah, they've been fooled. The Lumberjacks have been fooled on defense a couple of times now, Randy. That time faking the handoff. Robillard keeps it up the middle, and 10-yard gain is just about as easy as you can imagine.
We've come to the end of the first quarter of play. Spencer Wehr has 2 touchdowns for the Lumberjacks. They lead North Branch 12-6 in this Section 7 4A championship game. You're listening to Lumberjacks football here on AM 1230 WKLK, and you can also find us online at northwoodsradio.com.
It's been a great football season, and the Cloquet Lumberjacks have a great team. Adam Bailey would like to take the time to congratulate the Jacks on an outstanding and undefeated season. As an independent business owner in Cloquet, Adam Bailey knows the work and effort it takes to be successful, and the Lumberjack football team has shown they have the traits necessary to be a winning team. Again, good luck, Lumberjacks, in the playoffs from Adam Bailey and his staff.
It's time to get serious about getting ready for ice fishing. And Coates RV on Highway 61 in Scanlon is your Yeti Ice House headquarters. Check out the latest Yeti models, including the Angler Edition, Brandis Lake Edition, and the Trax Toy Hauler Edition. Ranging from 12 all the way up to 21 feet, you're sure to find a Yeti that fits your needs. Or you can always customize your own and pick a shell for you. Coates RV open Monday through Thursday 9 to 6, Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 4, closed Sundays. Check out the Yeti Ice Houses today at Coates RV.
All right, second quarter set to begin. The Vikings second down at a yard from the 49-yard line. Robillard again out of the shotgun, and he's going to throw it over the middle. The ball is tipped and incomplete, trying to get Hartman on a short pass over the middle. And Mike, that is exactly why the Lumberjacks, even though they go 4 wide, we have to respect that because of things like that, where Robillard will all of a sudden step up and just trying to throw one over the middle.
Threw a dart there. They were very lucky. It looked like Tyler Moose was in the area. He would have been a pick 6 if it just got a little bit further into the secondary.
Josh Bushy got the hand on it to knock it down and complete 3rd and a yard from the 48. And Robillard will keep it himself and will pick up the first down as Jonathan Nelson had him around the hip, but Robillard is so strong, he picks up 3 and a first down.
Not an overly big kid, but you're right. They had him in the backfield again, and he just darted forward for 3 or 4 yards, Randy. Tough guy to bring down.
Inside Lumberjack territory at the Cloquet 49-yard line. We're just underway in the second quarter. 12-6 Jacks with the lead. Robillard out of the shotgun, and it's long and loose. Adam dives back on top of it. Robillard tried to fake a throw, but he held that one in the belly a little bit too long of Adams to drop the ball.
Another night like tonight when you're running read options and handing off and pulling them back, that makes it tough. Those hands get cold. That was not a difficult play. It was just going to be a handoff, but we just never got it to Adams. They're very fortunate to get that ball back on those 2nd and 16.
Lots of fines. 2nd down and 15 back at the 46-yard line of North Branch. Robillard's going to roll left. Nelson right behind him, has to throw it in a hurry, and he forces Nelson, and he forces Robillard to sail it over the head of Darian Fair. It'll be 3rd and 15, and Nelson very close, Mike. He followed through a la Anthony Barr and put Robillard hard down on the turf.
And Nelson, 6'175", Randy. Robillard rolled out to his left against the grain. He just fired that one up in the air. He was very lucky. 3rd and long.
Yep, no huddle offense here for North Branch. 3rd and 15 from their own 46-yard line. Robillard, Tyler Adams behind him.
Yep. Like a minute. Yep.
From their own 46, drops back the pass. Now he steps up, throws it, is caught, and on the receiving end was number 44. That is Hunziker. Pass complete, but well shy of the first down.
Got to imagine they're going to go for it here. They're on 46 of Cloquet, Randy, but they know they need to score in every possession. So that was a nice pickup for North Branch. And it's in the realm of possibility here, 4th and 7.
Gain of 8 on the pass to Hunziker. 4th down and 7.
Critical play here, Randy. We're just in the second quarter, but this is a critical play.
4th down and 7 at the Cloquet 46-yard line. And the Vikings are going for it. Yes, 4th down and 7. They'll go for it. And now I think they were trying to get the Jacks to jump offside, and now they'll punt.
You know, I don't know, though. If they were just trying to get him offside, it's not like the pros where the guy can punt it 70 yards. I mean, I don't know. That was a mistake.
Well,
I think they should have either punted it or maybe they thought they could get him to jump, but they was still 4th and 7. I guess they could have got it to 4th and 2.
Exactly. That was what I was going to say. If they could have got him to jump outside, it would have been a much more manageable 4th and 2.
Now you give the Jacks an extra 5 yards.
Well, keep an eye on him because, you might have to punt, but since Robillard does the punting, you got to watch for the fake punt. They did it in the first game. 4th down and 12 from their own 49. Gerlach back to receive, and Robillard will kick it away as Gerlach moves to his left, fields it at the 19-yard line. Gerlach returns to the 24, but more importantly, Mike, the Lumberjacks get the defensive stop that they need, and they get the ball back at their own 24-yard line with 9:57 left to go in the second quarter. Jacks leading it 12-6.
Well, the real key for the Jacks here is you want to have more than a one-possession score game when you get into the fourth quarter. You don't want to be up by 5 or 6 points. Anything can happen with this North Branch offense.
Yeah.
They want to stretch that lead and get a 2 or 3 point advantage.
Split backs Wehr and Mygig behind Pokernowski will go under center. They'll give it to Spencer Wehr, and Wehr just a hard 2 or 3 yards across the 25 to the 27-yard line, and
Get the conservative first play and get the safe 3 yards.
Second down and 7.
Waiting for that inside reverse here, Randy.
We have not seen it yet, have we? And they'll go right back to Spencer Wehr. Wehr goes off left tackle, and Wehr across the 30. Nothing fancy, Mike, just some hard-nosed blocking up front, and across the 30 to the 31. It's a gain of 4.
A good game, but 3rd and 3, Randy. Big play here for the Jacks.
Yeah, it is. This is not 4-down territory, Mike. So 3rd down and 3 from their own 31-yard line. 9:08 left to go in the second quarter. Jacks up 12-6. Now out of the shotgun, Pokernowski, and he's going to have to eat it as he gets it away. At the last second, it goes incomplete to Mygig. Yes, Tyler moves down the middle of the field, Mikey, but he just did not have enough time to get the throw away. And normally in that situation, you see Pokernowski try to run the ball, but North Branch had him hemmed in.
Brandon Swanson he wanted to roll out to his right and then either pass or run, and they ended up, Brandon Swanson was out there and kind of contained him to where he ended up getting rid of it.
Spencer Wehr will do the punting for Cloquet. He gets the kick away, and it's not pretty, as it takes a North Branch bounce back to the 40-yard line, and Tim Pokernowski on the punting duties, and that was one he'd like to have back. Yeah, that was a 10-yard punt, and his brother Marcus has been doing the punting, who has an outstanding leg, can really boom it, but he's out with a toe injury, and Marcus not playing tonight, so brother Tim doing the punting, and yeah, that was about a 9-yard punt, and North Branch takes over 1st and 10. It's almost like a turnover, Mike.
Yeah, it is. That was a big play, that punt.
It's a 9-yard punt, and the Lumberjacks give it to the Vikings at their own 40-yard line. 1st down and 10. North Branch at the Cloquet 40. Robillard out of the shotgun. Robillard will hand it off, and the give goes to Werdeman, and Werdeman has a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, they got to find a way to stop them here, and I talked about how important it is to keep them out of 4-down territory. That last series, of course, they fumbled, lost 10 yards on one play. So
no huddle.
Pick up a 4.
2nd down and 6. And this time Robillard will throw it to Hartman, and Hartman is wrapped up by Leslie. He stepped out of bounds first play.
Yeah, it'll be a minimal gain, Randy. We'll see where they're spotted.
The 35-yard line?
Not much.
Gain of 1 yard on the throw to Hartman.
Of course, 4-down territory.
Yep,
Lumberjacks 35.
3rd down and 5 from the Lumberjacks 35 with 8:20 left, or 8:21 left to go. 12-6. Cloquet leading North Branch, and this is Robillard handing it off to Werdeman, and Werdeman's going to pick up the 1st down. Bryce Turnbull had a handful of jersey, but couldn't slow him down. Werdeman, he's rushed the ball much more than the Vikings ran him in the first game. It was all Tyler Adams, but this time tonight it's Thomas Werdeman, and he has 32 yards on 4 carries, and that is another North Branch 1st down. High snap. Werdeman gets the call once again, and Thomas Werdeman, like Spencer Wehr, breaking tackles. Andre Peters can't bring him down. And that's been the one thing the Lumberjacks have not done well tonight, Mike, is wrapped up.
Now they have it, and that's just right up the middle, simple handoff, drop tackle, Randy, and there's all kinds of looks. So they got some pretty big guys in their offensive line that are creating some huge holes on that left side, and Werdeman just chewing up the yards.
Second down and 3 from the Lumberjacks 17-yard line. Robillard will throw it out into the flat. It is caught by Hartman, avoids the tackle, and Hartman swings it to the 10-yard line. That'll be a Viking first down and a gain of 7 on the pass to Connor Hartman. He's already caught 1 touchdown pass tonight.
Lumberjacks daring them to throw. They did throw that time, and it was a nice pickup. So as well as the Lumberjacks have done on offense, North Branch has matched them.
Hurry-up offense, and now the Lumberjacks are going to call a timeout.
They're not happy.
As Coach Ogen is not happy, as North Branch taking a page out of the Lumberjacks playbook as they call for
Somebody's got a sore hand for the Lumberjacks, which is probably the reason Tyler Moose, it looks like,
couldn't get players off.
Yeah, they couldn't get guys off, and Moose was on one knee holding his wrist. So probably a wise spot to take timeout.
The Vikings will have first down and goal to go at the Lumberjacks 10-yard line with 7:27 left to go before halftime. Jacks lead 12-6. Difference in this one is the Vikings blocked the first extra point, the kick from Eli Benson, and then Benson kicked it wide left on the Lumberjacks' second touchdown. Vikings failed on their 2-point conversion, so you mentioned it earlier, Mike, so who knows, conversions might be the deciding factor.
Well, it'd be the difference in this game, so you definitely want to get those early, and, North Branch has looked very good on offense. Just the one turnover and then the other fumble that resulted in a huge loss that resulted in a punt. So, they've been picking up big yards against this Lumberjack defense.
Lumberjacks couldn't convert on a third down and 3, and then had about a 9-yard punt from Tim Popernowski to give North Branch a short field at the Cloquet 40 to start this drive, and now they have first down and goal to go at the Lumberjacks 10-yard line. Robillard on the shotgun. He has back to his left and right, and he'll keep it himself. Robillard up the middle, and Robillard about 3. Nice tackle there by Schneeberger. Down to the 8-yard line.
Another nice pickup.
Gain of a couple for Robillard. He has 59 yards on 9 carries. Robillard on second down and goal to go to the Jacks 8-yard line, and Werdeman will get the call, and Thomas Werdeman to the end zone, touchdown. 8-yard touchdown run from Thomas Werdeman, and we are tied at 12.
I don't know if anybody even touched him, Randy.
I don't think I did.
All kinds of problems in their defensive line. They're just not reading who's got the ball. I don't know if they're guessing wrong or their Robillard is just so deceptive they can't figure it out. But it just seems like whatever play North Branch calls is working. That time the big guy, Werdeman, got the handoff, and I don't even think the Lumberjacks knew who had it. He galloped into the end zone, and we got a tie game.
Vikings will go for the 2-point conversion once again. As Robillard, same formation. Got Adams and Werdeman to his left and right. And the ball will go to Werdeman, and he'll take it into the end zone. There's a flag down on the far side of the field. So the Vikings do convert on the 2-point play, but there is a flag down on the play. That's going to be an illegal shift against the Vikings.
Not one of those penalties you really don't want to see. That basically
well, that happened on their other 2-point conversion, right? They had a penalty.
Delay a game, I think. That's costly because now you're, getting outside of the range of kicking, especially in cold weather. Trying to get the 2 points from the 10 is pretty tough.
So the Vikings will be backed up to their own, the 8-yard line?
Yeah.
And so they'll go for the 2-point.
7.5, actually.
2-point conversion once again from back at the 7.5 or 8-yard line. Robillard from the shotgun, and he'll hand it off to Adams. Adams up the middle, and he is in. An 8-yard run for the 2-point conversion, and the Vikings go back in front by a score of 14-12 with 6:57 left to go in the second quarter. You're listening to 7 4A Championship football here on AM 1230 WKLK.
Hunting season is right around the corner. That means you want to make sure your truck is in top-notch running condition. Hi, this is Corey from Cloquet Service Center. With ASE certified technicians, you can be rest assured that we can take care of all your vehicle needs. Whether your truck needs a basic oil change, a tune-up, or something a bit more extensive, our technicians will make sure the job is done right. So when you hit the woods for this hunting season, the only concern you have is where the deer are. Come see us at Cloquet Service Center on Highway 45 in Cloquet, or call and make an appointment at 879-2131.
Have you looked at the new and improved Northland Sports Online website? At Northland Sports Online, we have local stories about local teams and events around the Northland. We have over 30 photographers contributing photos to the website, as well as a host of writers bringing the action to life. The new photo galleries, as well as the new look and design, have made us one of the fastest growing websites in the Northland. It has made us a favorite not only to players, but to parents, grandparents, and more. Don't forget, it's www.northlandsportsonline.com.
Thomas Werdeman, a 8-yard touchdown run at 5:03 of the second quarter. Werdeman adding the 2-point conversion run, and North Branch leads at 14-12. Short kick. This will be taken at the 26-yard line, and Riley Leslie turns out field. Leslie finding his feet, and Leslie to the 45, still on his feet, into North Branch territory. As Riley Leslie,
What a run.
what a nice run. Check that, Mike. That is number 23 upon Mygig. With a 3, not a 9. So Mygig takes the ball and returns it to the 49-yard line, and that is a spark the Lumberjacks definitely needed.
Oh, yeah, I talked about how important it is to keep North Branch out of 4-down territory. North Branch is thinking the same thing about the Lumberjacks. You know, they need about 15 yards, 10 yards to get into 4-down territory.
And now we have a whistle and a flag is down. Not sure what's going on here.
Usually that's false start.
Each team has used one time out.
Whistle's dead.
Lumberjacks hadn't even gotten up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to get a 5-yard penalty against them.
I don't know.
The first penalty of the game against Cloquet.
Was it a false start there, Randy?
They couldn't have. They weren't even up to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure how they could even call
I
that.
didn't see what they even called.
I have no idea what that call was. Did they make it? Indicate a call?
Lined up outside?
Not sure what that is, but
Somebody lined up.
maybe. 5-yard penalty. So first and 15. There's your inside reverse. Mitchell Gerlach will get 3 of the yards back. And it'll be second down and 12. Jacks have not had, any bad, turnovers and not too many penalties. That's the first penalty that they've had in the game.
Yeah, and we'll see. They're only up towards midfield here. This may be 4-down territory. You almost don't want to let North Branch get the ball back.
Second down and 12 for Cloquet from their own 46. Here is Hassan Mygig, and Mygig just about was able to kick it outside. He does bust it inside the North Branch 45-yard line and a gain of 8, and now it'll be third down and 4.
Nice little run there by Mygig. Yeah, 3rd and 4, and now you probably are going to have 2 downs to get 4 yards here, Randy.
Jacks need to pick up a first down here. Third down and 4 from the North Branch 45-yard line. The give goes to Mygig. Mygig calling the block. And it's still on Mygig. First down and more to the 30-yard line. And we got an injured North Branch. No, I don't know if he was injured or just mad that he didn't make the tackle.
Yeah, Mygig's one of those guys, if he don't make the tackle, he's kind of the opposite of Wehr, the big guy busting inside. Mygig kicked that one out, and that's what's going to happen if you don't wrap him up and he gets to that second level or into the secondary, Randy, and that was a big gain for Mygig.
Gain of 15 for Hassan to the North Branch 30-yard line. First down and 10. 5:25 left to go second quarter. It's 14-12, and here is Spencer Wehr, and Wehr straight ahead. You know what he's going to do, Mike? He is absolutely what's the prototypical downhill runner.
Yeah, the guy's hanging off from one guy with the jersey on the left. The other guy's hanging on the jersey on the right side of him as he's running another guy over, and just tough yards there for Wehr, Randy, as he gets the first down.
At the North Branch 19-yard line and a gain of 11 yards on the run.
They got the outside running game, the inside running game, and that's where they're dangerous. You know, you start guessing where the ball's going to go, and they catch you guessing wrong, and it's going to be a good game.
14-12. North Branch leading Cloquet with 5:18 left to go in the second quarter. Jacks get a new set of downs from the 19-yard line, and this Mygig with the carry. Hassan Mygig hit hard, but Hassan bounces off the Robillard tackle. And Hassan looked like he had a yard, Mike, and he ended up picking up about 6 on the play. Second down and 4.
Robillard put his arms out to grab him, and Mygig cut back inside, and Robillard just grabbed the air there, basically. And you're right, there was not much there, and suddenly it's a gain of 6.
Second down and 4 from the North Branch 13-yard line. Split back. They give it to Wehr. Wehr up the middle. Spencer Wehr to the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Spencer Wehr. And the Lumberjacks go back in front on a 13-yard touchdown run by Spencer Wehr.
Boy, what a tough run again, Randy. And at that time, they did catch him. They did not have enough guys up the middle. They were guys worried about them running the ball to the outside. And you give Spencer Wehr any room, and one guy is going to have a hard time making an open field tackle. And they just flew a guy over and just blasted into the end zone. That's North Branch. It was way too easy for the Lumberjacks that drive as they piled up the yards.
Jacks going for a 2-point conversion themselves. Pokranowski back to pass, throws, and it is caught by Tyler Moose for a 2-point conversion play, and the Lumberjacks now lead it by a score of 20-14. A 13-yard touchdown run by Spencer Wehr, his third rushing touchdown of the half. 2-point conversion pass from Pokranowski to Moose, and with 4:37 left to go in the second quarter, our score, Cloquet 20, North Branch 14. We'll return to PSS right after this.
Federated Co-ops is member-owned. At Federated Co-ops, they pay their profits back to their customers in the form of dividends, and they've satisfied the needs of customers since 1929. Federated Co-ops is also proud to sponsor sports broadcasts of all our local teams and wish them well during the season. With in-house experienced technicians, you have the peace of mind in knowing that Federated Co-ops can handle any emergency need for you this heating season. Call Federated Co-ops for more information on how we can help you.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to your financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict.
Still second quarter. Vikings with the ball at their own 37-yard line. Aaron Robillard, quick pass in the class. Down, and yeah, Mike, I know what you're saying. Trying to throw that out pattern. You're working off the right hash part.
Yeah.
You're trying to throw it 3/4 of the way.
You're right-handed, and you're throwing back to your left side as you're kind of backpedaling, and it's wide open. Just threw the ball about 5 yards short of the receiver.
Second down and 10. Robillard once again from the gun, and he is going to hand it off and nowhere to run this time as Josh Bushy wraps up Werdeman for no gain on the play. It'll be third down and 10, and a huge third down for the Lumberjacks.
If you're North Branch and you're the coach and the offensive coordinator, you're probably wondering why you call the pass on that first play. Now you're in a jam here, third and 10 at your own 37 in a game where everybody piles up yards.
Look for a Robillard run. He has third down and 10. And I think for North Branch, I think all three receivers started out early for North Branch.
Yep,
yes, it is. False start again for the Vikings.
And that's critical. Neither of these two teams, really want to get any penalties, and especially not when you're in a third and forever. It's third and 10. Now it's third and 15. Now you've got makes it a little easier on the defense.
They're down at 15. North Branch in their own 32-yard line. 3:45 left to go in the second quarter. Cloquet leading 20-14. Robillard, three receivers to his left, out of the shotgun, single back, and Robillard wants to pass. He's going to drop back, throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Darian Fair, and Robillard was way off the mark. And it'll be fourth down and 15, and
Luzo was out there, Randy, and he actually tripped on the turf and may have been able to intercept it. But
they got a better chance.
He did, yeah. And they got a punch here. I think if you're at 4th and 5 at your own 40, you can go for it. They got 4th and 15 at their own 32. I got to imagine this is a punt. I'd be shocked if they went for it.
I'd be shocked if they tried to fake it on 4th and 15 this deep in their own end. 3:33, the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Gerlach is standing at his own 38. And Robillard with the kick. He angles it, Mike, to the sidelines. What the heck was he thinking there?
Trying to angle it out of bounds like they were afraid Gerlach was going to get a big return. We'll see how far this putt goes.
To the 40s.
Oh, yeah, that's...
47-yard line. From the 32, that's a 15-yard line for Robillard.
Big mistake. You know, sometimes you're afraid of those return guys. Like, we're having to kick it away from them, and that kind of went off the side of his foot, and it ends up, Lumberjacks great field position and a chance to extend this lead up by 6, 3:31 to go in the half.
And they have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. So Pokernowski will work from the shotgun from the North Branch 37, and Wehr gets the call. Spencer Wehr a gain of a yard. Spencer Wehr, by the way, on that last touchdown run went over 100 yards for the half. 113 yards on 13 carries, 3 touchdowns. That isn't bad.
Yeah, those are like video game stats there when you're running 8. When you run between the tackles and you're getting 8, 9 yards a carry, that's pretty good.
2nd down and 9 for the Lumberjacks. Split now on the offset behind Pokernowski to give those to Hassan Mygig. Mygig gets the seam. Mygig finds a hole, and Mygig taken down at the 31-yard line. Did they say it was a fumble? He was down on the play.
Unfortunately, North Branch pointing like they got the ball.
Exactly.
Mygig lucky there that he didn't end up fumbling it away, but he got a big run. 2:52 to go in the half. If you're the Jacks, you want to score, but most importantly, Randy, you want to score maybe with like 45 seconds or less left in the half. If you score right away here, I mean, there's a good chance they're going to drive on the field to score.
2:50 left to go before halftime. 1st down and 10, Cloquet from the North Branch 31-yard line. Man's up in motion, and Pokernowski will keep himself. And Pokernowski not much there, maybe a couple to the 29 or 30-yard line. Tim Pokernowski, Mike, with just 21 yards tonight.
I would not have thought that.
Carries.
I thought if anybody was going to get a ton of carries, it was going to be him. But you know what? They're going with what's working, and that's Spencer Wehr with a little Hassan Mygig mixed in. And, Jazz
Thunder and Lightning.
Jazz can find a way to score here, Randy. They do get the kick at the second half.
Mike, we've got a North Branch formation, empty backfield, 5 receivers, quick pass behind Gerlach. He makes the catch, turns on the Jets, and he gets pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And now he steps out at the 23. It's going to be 3rd down. That is just the 2nd complete pass of the game for Pokernowski.
Yeah, he threw it behind Gerlach. If he had led him a little bit more, that would have been a huge gain. But Gerlach is a very athletic play as he's swinging out to his left to reach behind him and make that catch, Randy. And it's
3rd down and 2 from the 23. 4-down territory for Cloquet. They're going to go to Mygig, and Mygig hops through the hole, and he'll pick up the 1st down.
This always looks like there's nothing there when he runs to the right. Like, they got him, and then kind of really good at kind of jumping through that line, angling himself sideways,
wiggling the hip.
Yeah, like a mouse going through a tiny little hole, and how do you get through there? And they got him. Once they don't, it's a 4-yard gain, and Mygig's done that a few times. It just made enough of a gap there for him to pick up 4 or 5 yards.
1st down and 10 at the North Branch 19-yard line. Keep an eye on the clock with 1:43 left to go. And now Pokernowski's going to call his own number right up the middle. Pokernowski gets tripped up and driven down hard. And Jack will let the clock run. That's the
play we've been looking for there. Yeah, to snap the Pokernowski and the design quarterback keeper. And Jack's calling timeout.
There we go.
6 to go. They got it at the North Branch 12-yard line.
2nd down and 3 at the North Branch 12-yard line. 1:26 left to go. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second break and return to PSS right after this.
Sonnenberg Well Drilling of Eskil offers drilling of residential, commercial, and cabin wells. The experts at Sonnenberg Well Drilling have the experience to assure the success of your well, and they can offer you advice on flow problems with your rock well. If your rock well is experiencing flow issues, the professionals at Sonnenberg Well Drilling may be able to increase the flow with the hydrofrac process. Call Sonnenberg Well Drilling at 879-4080, 879-4080 for...
Okay, Mygig turns it back inside, lost the ball, but he was down on the play at the 5-yard line. And that'll be a first down and goal to go and a gain of 8 for my gig. And now the Lumberjacks will have to hurry it up a little bit.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of running this clock down, Randy. I said 45 seconds or less. They're at 1:16 now and counting.
They don't have to hurry.
4, and they got first and goal. So perfect scenario. Pound it up the middle with the ear.
First down and goal to go from the 5-yard line. And instead they go to my gig, and my gig gets to the 3-yard line. Jacks are going to have to hurry.
Again, not a bad thing, though. They do have one timeout. Don't they?
Yep, they still have one timeout, yep.
You get enough time to get 3 more plays off here and drag out some clock.
My gig will come out of the game along with Benson. 47 seconds left to go. Second down and goal to go. From the 3-yard line, Spencer Weir's in the backfield. He gets the call. Weir straight ahead to the goal line.
They took my gig out. I just got a feeling they're going to hand off to Weir and smash it up the middle. And Weir's been good for, it seems like, 4 or 5 yards at a minimum. And you think North Branch should be ready for it. Hey, they're going to hand it off to the big cruiser inside. And he still plowed through those white jerseys like they were nothing. And Jack's up now 26-14. 37.7 seconds left in the half. You know, that's still a lot of time, but you know, if you drew it up, that's pretty much ideal.
You're saying that. There's a lot of time left. There's 37 seconds left.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, and that's North Branch has a good offense, but it does definitely take them out of what they want to do, which is, you know, have Robillard roll out. So it's, you know, still going to be hard for them to, although I think they have 2 timeouts left. Nonetheless, Jacks go ahead. Should they half end 26-14 Cloquet? They got the ball to start the third quarter. We'd love to extend this to a 10-possession game. You know, and I wouldn't say cruise to the win, but kind of open things up for you a lot more.
26-14 Lumberjacks are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
4 TDs, you know, I don't want to guess, but I'm guessing that hasn't been done in Lumberjack history very often, where a guy has 4 in the first half of a section final.
Not in a half.
Yeah, 4 in the half, maybe.
Yeah, 4 in a game, but not, no.
That's pretty incredible. And he's earned all of them. He's a no easy guy.
Okay, it is Weir and Bushy in the backfield. They will go for 2. They fake the give. They throw it in, and it's incomplete. Pokernowski tried to throw it to Josh Bushy along the goal line, but he threw it too far in front of him. The 2-point conversion is no good. The Lumberjacks will definitely settle for a 26-14 lead with 37.7 seconds left to go before halftime. We'll take a break, come back and start doing kickoff right after this.
Trusting someone to do something that you don't understand is nerve-wracking. Muckala & Wehren PLLC offers worry-free tax preparation. If you're looking for year-round tax planning, accounting, payroll preparation, or electronic tax filing, visit Muckala & Wehren PLLC at 206 Arch Street in Cloquet's historic West End. You can also reach Mike at 879-4879. Call Muckala & Wehren PLLC to put your mind at ease.
All right, welcome back here. Well, the Lumberjacks take advantage. Yeah,
let's give that offensive line some credit.
Yeah,
doing the job.
The Lumberjacks get a 15-yard punt gift to them from Aaron Robillard, and they start at the North Branch 47-yard line, and they cash in with a 3-yard touchdown run by Spencer Weir, his 4th touchdown of the half at 11:23 of the second quarter. The 2-point conversion play was no good.
Is the door open?
Lumberjacks squib a kick down to the North Branch 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice job. They did squib it to one of the upbacks, and he just fell on it. There was nobody around him. He honestly could have gotten up and run it probably 7, 8, 10 yards, but you know, not a bad thing. Didn't use up much time, but North Branch going to have it at their own 38.
They have 2 timeouts remaining with 37 seconds left to go. This may sound goofy, Mike. They're starting at their own 38. Jack's got to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, this is a big finish to the half here, up to 2 possessions.
26-14, Cloquet leading North Branch, 7-4A championship. Robillard with 37 seconds left to go. He's going to keep it himself, and Robillard trying to get to the sidelines, and he does. He just dragged Riley Leslie out of bounds.
10 yards, Randy. He dragged him. I know they got him in bounds, and he's a tough guy to bring down.
Actually,
a little surprised, though. They just ran after 5 yards.
I was going to say, he stepped out of bounds after 5 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 from North Branch's 43-yard line as Robillard keeps it himself. 31 seconds. That only ran 6 seconds. Werdeman gets the handoff. They go up the middle. That's a short game, Mike, of a couple of yards, and now North Branch calls a timeout. Yeah, I mean,
I would think if anything here, you're going to put the ball in the hands of Robillard, and you're either going to have a running or a passing play. I mean, they got some good players too, but runs up the middle for 3 yards don't really help you when it's at your own 46 and there's 24 seconds left. So now they're almost in a situation, you know, they got to pass.
Right.
They got one timeout left.
Exactly, and well, Mike, if they don't get it here, would you go for it on 4th down with 20, you know?
I probably would. I think at this point in the game, they almost have to. I mean, they're down, you know, I don't think Cloquet could, you know, I mean, as well as they've done on offense, they go to the length of the field and 20-some seconds would be, although they could just let the time run out to the Lumberjacks timeout.
Yeah, and the Lumberjacks would be perfectly happy to go to the locker room sitting right where they are. The Jacks lead at 26-14. North Branch called one of their 2 timeouts that they have left, so they have 1 timeout remaining. The ball is at their 46-yard line. It is 3rd down and 2 with 24.3 seconds left to go before halftime. Hartman, who's been one of Robillard's favorite receivers, the single receiver here to the right, trips to the left. Robillard with the single back, Werdeman behind him. Robillard from the shotgun on 3rd and 2 takes the snap. Looks over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of a wide open Zach Mills. And now it is 4th down and 2, and that time Mills just dropped the ball, Mike.
Yeah, that's slightly in the air, but one you got to make. There's nobody around. That was a gain at 25, 30 yards.
You're wearing $80 receiving gloves. You've got to
make that catch. That was a good pass. You should have caught it. Now they're 4th and 2.
With 20 seconds left, and they will go for it from their own 46 on 4th down and 2. And Robillard will hand it off to Watson. He's in the backfield and
stop the clock.
Yep, and they will stop the clock on the turnover of downs, and that's a loss of 3 as the Lumberjacks take down Werdeman back at the North Branch 42-yard line. Even with the forward progress, he lost a couple of yards.
Riley Leslie, Jordan Field, Bryce Turnbull all in as they game tackled them. You know, if you're the Jacks here, what the heck? Let's go in deep, boys, and see what we can do. 14. Or maybe you run it, try to get to the sidelines, get 10, 15 yards, and get up to the 30 and throw it into the end zone.
Empty backfield, 14.8 seconds left. Jacks take over on downs at the North Branch 44. Pokarnowski back to pass. Oh, it's complete to Tyler Moose.
There we go.
Or Gerlach, rather. Gerlach out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
At North Branch,
18 yards to Gerlach.
8.7 seconds. Of course, the Jacks out of timeouts. If you threw a quick out to the sidelines here, you know, you can stop it one more time, but, you know, we'll see what they elect to do. Nice play there. Jacks up 26-14 here, threatening again, although we're running out of time. 8.7 left in the first half.
First down and 10 at the North Branch 26-yard line. Once again, the empty backfield. North Branch will rush 4 and defend with 7. Trips to the right. Pokarnowski looks to his right. Now steps up and throws to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Mitchell Gerlach just about dropped it in there. Oh, Gerlach.
That was close. He almost caught it at the 1 or the 2. He threw it way up in the air. The safety was coming over. The corner was on Gerlach, but it went over the corner's head, and it almost looked like Gerlach had a play on that. Kind of hit him in the foot, maybe a little bit under.
Gavin Schneider was the man defending, but he didn't knock the ball down. I think the ball was just a little bit short, and Gerlach thought he could catch it, and instead it just came up a little bit short as he fell into the end zone.
That would have been close. He'd either been down at the 1 or out of bounds there in the end zone. That would have been real close.
Second down and 10, 2.1 seconds left to go. This will be the final play of the first half. Again, 3 receivers out to the right. And Benson, Gerlach, and Mygig will be to the right. A delay of game penalty against Cloquet. I guess it really doesn't matter, Mike. They're still throwing for the end zone. Now they'll throw it from the 31-yard line instead of the North Branch 26.
That's the third delay of game. I think 2 on North Branch, 1 on the Lumberjacks. You gotta be wary of how much time you got here, boys.
Tyler Moose, Spencer Weir to the left. And Benson, Gerlach, and Mygig to the right. And now North Branch will use their final timeout. Well, they get 3, they're going to use them all. 2.1 seconds left to go.
But they're going to say, hey, we got to have guys. Don't
That was actually a lot closer than I think North Branch would have liked.
Yeah, exactly. That was very close to being a touchdown reception. He was right on about the one. He would have either fallen into the end zone or out of bounds. So that's what they're saying. Is, you know, you see that a lot of the NFL. You see Aaron Rodgers do it. It doesn't do any good to have guys deep. If you are behind them and they can throw it up in the air and you can just kind of back into the end zone. You see that a lot now in the NFL. So just saying, hey, let's have everybody deep back there. It doesn't always do the trick. They're going to throw it into the end zone here, and somebody, you know, is going to have a chance to go up to get it.
My call, and this is just a theory, but they are very good at throwing that 10-yard pass, 15-yard pass over the middle. That's on my gig with speed and
maybe that's a better play, Randy. Verlocker, my
going down around the 15, 16-yard line.
North Branch doing that. They're still pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Safeties there on about the 15.
My gig out to the right, along with Gerlach and Benson. Empty backfield, 2 seconds left in the half. Poker out deep in the shotgun. He pumps left, steps up, throws to the end zone, intended for Mitchell Gerlach, and it is incomplete.
Oh, they almost dropped it.
Got it.
Gerlach.
As Mitchell Gerlach can't come up with it, and we've come to halftime. The Lumberjacks fell behind, but they have rallied to score 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, and what a half for Spencer Wehr, as he has scored all 4 Cloquet touchdowns. The Lumberjacks lead the Vikings 26-14 at halftime of this Section 7 for a championship game. We'll be back with our scoring and stats from Public School Stadium. You are listening to Lumberjacks football here on AM 1230, WKLK. You can also find us online at northwoodsradio.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of energy savings. I'm switching to LED bulbs. That's the sound of energy savings too. I'm caulking all my windows and doors. That's the sound of me visiting Minnesota Power's website, where I found those energy savings tips and more, like free rebates and a free home energy analysis. Well, what do you know? There's Minnesota Power now to perform my home energy analysis.
Minnesota Power, moving energy forward at mnpower.com.
Nothing beats the taste of fresh meat and produce, and Fond du Lac Gas and Grocery on the Big Lake Road in Cloquet has you covered. That's right, stop in today at Fond du Lac Gas and Grocery and shop their large selection of fresh meats and produce at great prices. Check out the many deli items. While there, take advantage of the low gas prices and get a great car wash. Fond du Lac Gas and Grocery on the Big Lake Road, where surprises just keep showing up.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Minnesota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So how do we get to Cloquet?
Just a minute. Right here, friend.
You're back.
I'm just here to point you to the best recreational vehicle insurance through Reliable and Auto Owners Insurance.
14, Cloquet leading North Branch at halftime of the Section 7 Class 4A championship game. Let's go to the scoring, and, well, all we have to do is mention Spencer Wehr, because he has scored all 4 touchdowns for Cloquet. He got the Lumberjacks on the board on their, was it their first possession, Mike?
Yeah.
Cloquet? As Spencer Wehr went in from 6 yards out at 6:31 of the first quarter. The extra point kick from Eli Benson was blocked by the Viking special team. And, well, let's
actually North Branch scored on
we got to go back.
Was that the first the Jacks have trailed all year?
I think so. That is the first time Cloquet has trailed, I believe, all season long. And I got ahead of myself. I'm so used to be.
Yeah.
But actually, it was North Branch that took the opening kickoff. They marched downfield and scored on a 10-yard pass from Aaron Robillard to Connor Hartman. And the Vikings struck first to lead 6-0. The two-point conversion play was no good. 4:31, the time of the first touchdown of the game for North Branch. It was Robillard to Hartman, his wide receiver, from 10 yards out. And the Vikings had a 6-0 lead at that point. The Lumberjacks would then come back and tie the game as Spencer Wehr scored at 6:31 on the Lumberjacks' first drive of the game. A 6-yard touchdown run. The extra point kick from Benson was blocked, and it was tied 6-6. Lumberjacks then take their first lead of the game, still in the first quarter at 11:34, and once again it was Spencer Wehr, a 4-yard touchdown run. The Lumberjacks did get the extra point kick away, but unfortunately Benson's kick went wide to the left, and once again the Viking special teams got in there and maybe forced that kick from Benson a little sooner than he wanted to. Nonetheless, the kick was wide left, no good. And with 11:34 of the first quarter, the Lumberjacks led it by a score of 12-6. That was our score after one. The Vikings would come back and regain the lead at 5:03 of the second quarter, and it was Thomas Werdeman scoring on an 8-yard run. The two-point conversion run by Werdeman made it 14-12 North Branch as North Branch went back in front. However, the Lumberjacks would go down and score to regain the lead at 7:23, and it was Spencer Wehr, his third rushing touchdown of the game, this one from 13 yards out. The two-point conversion pass from Pokernowski to Tyler Moose gave the Lumberjacks a 20-14 lead, and then the Lumberjacks got the ball back one more time, and they went in and scored with just 37 seconds left to go before halftime. 11:23 was the time of the touchdown, and once again, senior running back Spencer Wehr, his fourth touchdown of the game, all of them on the ground. This one from 3 yards out. The two-point conversion pass for Josh Bushy was incomplete, and the Lumberjacks have a 26-14 lead at halftime. Stats from tonight's game for the North Branch Vikings. The Vikings' Tyler Adams, normally the first time the Lumberjacks played North Branch, Tyler Adams was their absolute go-to guy. And Adams in this game, he's carried the ball 4 times. He has -5 yards rushing. But Thomas Werdeman,
right?
Yeah, he's the guy that's taken over. He's just a junior, and unless Adams is maybe dinged up or hurt a little bit, but it is Thomas Werdeman leading the way for the running backs. Anyhow, he has 40 yards on 8 carries and a touchdown for North Branch. The Vikings also ran Horziker, how do we pronounce that name up again? Hunziker, rather. He had 1 carry for 6 yards at the beginning of the game. And then Aaron Robillard, Mike, this is the guy that rushed for 240 yards last week against Grand Rapids and scored all 4 Grand Rapids touchdowns. And he's rushed for 1,266 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns. Jack held him to 64 yards on 7 carries in that first half, and 36 of those 64 yards, over half of them, came on his first 2 carries of the game.
Yeah, and I'll give him 100 yards in the second half, running and passing, and the Jacks are going to win this game, Randy. That's the key, is just contain him. You're not going to totally shut him down. Give him those 5- and 6-yard runs, but don't give him the 40-yard runs and the big passes. And they've done a pretty good job, but I'm a little surprised by the play calling, that the Vikings have not gone to him a little bit more often and had him roll out, to where you get the threat of, is there a pass, or maybe have him drop back and then have it be a designed run, more of that.
Quarterback draw.
Werden's done, okay, but I'm surprised. You got to put it, dance with the one who brung you. You got to go to the guy that can get the job done. But by the same token, I thought Pokernowski would be carrying the ball a lot more, and it's been Spencer Wehr, and that's worked out great. So, who am I to say who should be running and throwing the ball? All I know is the Jacks are up 26-14, and they're going to have the ball to start the second half here.
The Vikings rushed for 105 yards in the first half. Passing for Robillard, he's 7 of 13. He's had a good first half, but only for 32 yards.
How was it?
Passes, Mike, have been the bubble screens to the left and to the right. Lumberjacks have done a...
Yeah, I've got the football game on.
So, overthrowing a couple of receivers on a heavy Lumberjack rush. He's also had a couple of drop balls as well.
Get whatever you want.
7 of 13 for 32 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. 137 yards in total offense for North Branch. I'd say that's a pretty good job.
Against this group, that's pretty good job.
The Vikings have 7 first downs in the first half. Hartman is absolutely his favorite receiver. He has caught 5 of his 7 pass completions have gone to Connor Hartman, including that 10-yard touchdown pass. The Vikings were flagged 4 times for 20 yards and penalties, and they turned the ball over once on a fumble. The Lumberjacks did score on that turnover. So 137 yards in offense for North Branch. For the Lumberjacks, Mike said it, the Spencer Wehr show, 116 yards on 14 carries and 4 touchdowns for Spencer Wehr. And he's been kind of quiet because Pokernowski's been the main ball carrier for the Lumberjacks in the last couple of games. Speaking of Pokernowski, he has pedestrian 28 yards on 6 carries. Hassan Mygig returning to the lineup tonight. He has contributed 57 yards on 8 carries. Mitchell Gerlach has -1 yard on a couple of carries. Jacks have rushed for 200 yards in the first half. Passing Pokernowski is 3 of 7 for 31 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but 231 yards for offense. Okay, Jacks had 11 first down first half. They have only been playing twice for 10 yards and penalties, and they have not turned the ball over.
That is the key right
here. And for the Lumberjacks,
I guarantee Tomlin is saying that in the locker room right now. He's saying, no turnovers, no penalties. No turnovers, no penalties. No turnovers, let's let the chips fall where they may afterwards. And no turnovers, no penalties. You know, the Jacks did just a great job in that first half.
I'm just adding up the plays that they've run. They have run 33 plays.
For 200-some yards.
For 137 yards.
Oh, that's right.
For North Branch.
Yeah, no, that's 4 yards to play. Yeah, you can hold them to 4 yards. You're going to be, then you really have to, not have a lot of negative plays and penalties in there. So the Lumberjacks are probably up around 7 yards to play. So
Jacks have run 37 plays in that first half.
200-some yards. They're around
631 yards.
6, 7 yards to play. So that's the difference in the game. But again, turnovers and penalties here. Now, my mom Ray just informed me there's a slight snow coming down in Cloquet. That's headed our way. So, it looks on the radar. It's almost here. That's going to help Cloquet because should they get up by 3 scores or more, now it makes it really difficult to hold on to the ball. There's going to be fumbles, there's going to be penalties, and, it's really going to change the game. But right now, the Jacks look good. They do get the ball to start the second half, and I'd really like to see them stretch into that 3-possession game and go into that fourth quarter, with a breathable lead. Even 3 isn't a lot against this.
No. Dad, do you know why we always talk about
at least you don't want to be up by 5 or 9 points or something because they can turn in a hurry.
Well, a 5 or 6 minute drive and a touchdown would be excellent for the Lumberjacks.
Up that clock, I'm sure. Yeah, when I was just saying that too. I mean, you want to score as fast as possible, but they got to chew up some clock. And they do when North Branch isn't on the field. That's a lot of those guys again play defense for North Branch to tire them out. So. All right, here we go. It should be a good second half.
We're going to check the scoreboard, the out-of-town scoreboard, when Mike and I come back. Our score at halftime is Cloquet 26, North Branch 14. This is the Section 7 Class 4A championship game, and we'll return to Public School Stadium right after this.
Jake, you should be studying, not playing games on your phone.
But, Mom, I'm playing Minute Mart's Minute Match game on their app. I match 3 of a kind and win great prizes, like game credits or a free fountain drink.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a free coffee just by downloading the app.
Wow, I'm going to download the Minute Mart app. I can check their gas prices and see store specials, too.
Download Minute Mart's free mobile app and start saving today. Minute Mart, everything you need to live life in the go. Junction Tire Service with 2 locations in Cloquet and Carlton, and Gateway Tire and Moose Lake is tops in the Northland when it comes to tires and service. They know the importance of your vehicle running perfect at all times. It's also important to replace old tires during the cold winter months. If you find yourself stranded, call Junction Tire at 384-4500. The friendly staff at Junction Tire Service in Cloquet and Carlton and Gateway Tire and Moose Lake wishes all area teams the best of luck.
Members Cooperative Credit Union is a proud supporter of local sports and our local athletes. We're also proud to be your hometown credit union, providing you with the best of both worlds. Friendly, small-town service, and a wide range of products and technology to meet your needs. For over 75 years, we've been member-owned, and we're proud to serve our member communities. Visit membersccu.org for more information, or stop by your local branch today. MCCU is an equal opportunity lender, member NCUA. Located on the Big Lake Road in Cloquet, Carmen's Dry Dock West is a huge supporter of Cloquet athletics. When you're looking for a great meal in a warm and inviting dining room, Carmen's is the place to go. Come to Carmen's and enjoy watching the Vikings on one of their many big screen TVs. It's karaoke every Tuesday night starting at 7, and of course every day you'll find scrumptious food at great prices. Good luck, Lumberjacks, from the entire staff of Carmen's on the Big Lake Road, Cloquet. LaCourse Pool and Endball Law Office wishes good luck in the playoffs to all area teams. For over 30 years all across the Northland, the injured and disabled have turned to LaCourse Pool and Endball, the Northland's top caliber team in workers' compensation, Social Security disability, serious personal injury matters, criminal defense, and family law. So, when it comes to workers' compensation, Social Security disability, serious personal injury, criminal defense, and family law, put the best on your side. Call 800-535-1665. That's 800-535-1665. LaCourse Pool and Endball.
All right, welcome back here to Public School Stadium. Randy Stahl, Mike Sylvester with you as the Lumberjacks lead it by a score of 26-14. Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. The Lumberjacks will be... Mike, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Lumberjacks, if they win this game, would take on the winner of the game between Big Lake and Becker for the Section 6 championship. The Big Lake Hornets, 5-5. The number 4 seed taking on the Becker Bulldogs. They are 6-4, the number 5 seed. That game being played tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at Monticello High School. The Class 4A state quarterfinals will be at the St. Cloud State University next Friday night, November the 10th at 8 p.m. The winner of this game will face either Big Lake or Becker next Friday night, November the 10th at St. Cloud State University at 8 p.m. Last night from UNB, it was Proctor defeating ESCO 24-14 for the Section 7 3A championship, and Proctor will be taking on either Piers or New London Spicer. That game scheduled to get underway at 8 o'clock from St. Cloud State University, so we'll check the score on that one as the Piers Pioneers, the number 1 seed, 9-0, and New London Spicer, the number 3 seed, as they Wildcats are 7-3. 7 AA championship from last night. It was Moose Lake Little River 29, Royalton 15, as Moose Lake Little River returns to the state tournament. Royalton is knocked off after they were the Section 7 champs last year.
The Rebels are back.
They are back.
Is it a 1 year or 2 year high?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year, and the Rebels will be going to stay with a 6-5 record. They will be taking on West Central area as the Knights defeated the Villager Huskies. That was the number 2 seed over the number 1 seed. 42-38, a shootout from the Fargo Dome this evening. So it'll be Moose Lake Little River versus West Central area. That game will be next Friday night, November the 10th, at Brainerd High School at 7 p.m. Section 5 9-man championship going on tonight at Esso High School Field. Number 1 seed Cromwell Wright. The Cardinals leading the number 2 seed Renshaw Wren 22-6 at halftime. That game being broadcast on 96.5 FM. Winner of that game will take on the Section 8 champion, the Stephen Argyle Storm, next Friday night, November the 10th, from Bemidji at 5:30. And we'll have that game for you on 96.5. And earlier this evening was Northwoods winning the Section 7 9-man championship as they defeated Cook County by a score of 28-6. And Northwoods will be taking on Ada Bora, Norman County West, Section 6 champion. That game next Friday night from Bemidji at 8 p.m. And one more, Graham won the Section 7A championship last night as they beat Kingsley Finlayson 32-6. And we're ready to start the third quarter. As Mike mentioned, the Lumberjacks will get the ball to begin the third quarter, leading at 26-14.
It's a stretch of 3 possessions here.
Devin Ammerud will kick it off for North Branch. An onside kick, and it is fielded by Tim Pokranowski at the 44-yard line. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I'm shocked, Randy. And that, you know, in the NFL, it's a lot easier to control the ball. Those guys have a higher percentage chance of making that work. You don't see it very often that they do.
No.
You actually recover that. They obviously have guys with good hands. The up back, Pokranowski just caught it on a hop drop. That's got it at 144.
What?
You know, the thing is, Cloquet scored what, Mike? Before they're 6 to 7.
Yeah. That's
Now they're,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, now they're giving the ball to 44. Here's Pokranowski.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Right up the middle, around the 45.
No.
7-yard line to gain of 3
Super
for
cushy.
Tim Pokranowski. And Mike, maybe now we will see what got these teams to this point. Remember, we talked about we were expecting a lot more yards out of the quarterback. They've been running like crazy the last few games.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the whole playbook get emptied here for the Jacks in the second half. I just think they're going to really try to open it up. They got to stretch the lead. 26 is not going to be up.
Gain of 4 for Pokranowski and give up the middle to Spencer Wehr. And doing what he does best, Mike, he does not avoid contact at all.
No, he likes it. Actually, I'm like, Pokranowski's got it. No, Mike's got it. And Wehr moved the pile 12 yards. No, he doesn't. He likes it. It's a good tough hard-nosed kid. That's your prototypical, you know, the blue-collar football player right there. So nothing fancy about it. Give me the ball, and I'm the full
And he did for a first down at the North Branch 43-yard line. We're just underway in the opening minute of play of the third quarter. Jacks leading at 26-14. Mike gets the call.
Like one time I had like
as Mike in the 43-yard line.
Looked like they had him in the backfield and he squirted his way forward for a gain of
maybe a yard for Mike. Hassan with 68 yards now on 9 carries. Yeah, we talked about the Thunder Lightning thing because he doesn't need a lot, Mike. All he needs is get past the first level.
No gap. Just get a big gainer.
Second down and 9 from the North Branch 42-yard line. Maxwell will send 4 receivers out. Pokranowski throws it to Gerlach to the left side. He gets a bit of a block, and Gerlach ahead to the 40. If he hits the ball in the run
behind the Gerlach again, that pass it right him split off in the backfield, Randy. I just couldn't lead him enough. Gerlach had to reach back, make a nice play, picks up a couple, but he leads them, and that's probably his first down and more. Gerlach has done a nice job this time of getting that ball, Randy. Wait, now it's 37.
Third down and 7. That was only a 2-yard completion to Gerlach. He was taken down immediately, and as Mike said, he keeps having to reach behind him. But you can go here to this guy, so he just handed to him for a first down. That's a pretty good safety net.
I don't know if they're just too soft up the middle and Weir's too tough for them, or they're guessing wrong. But I mean, it just seems like they hand off to Weir and the whole pile just everybody caves in and he gets 8-9 yards. I mean, there's nothing fancy. That's just handing off and running between the tackles. And yeah, he's been just unstoppable here tonight.
9-yard gain for Spencer Weir. First down and 10 at the North Branch 31-yard line. Mike gets the call, runs right. Luke Knitsko providing the lead block, and Mike just kind of leaving. Yeah, Mike leaving North Branch defenders down. But here's the thing we're worrying about is Mike, that's the third time he's lost the ball as he's been tackled, but they thought he was down.
Got to secure that ball again. I don't think for turnovers, but they love that right side, and he only needs a little bit of a gap to get it moving laterally, and he's going outside two cuts up the middle. So that was a big gain of about 7-8 yards.
7 yards. Son at 65 yards on 10 carries. Second down and 3 from the North Branch 24. And Pokranowski nearly runs into Weir on the handoff exchange.
I'm going to go. I'll be back later. I'm going to go sit in my car and listen to the game.
Got to be close enough to measure.
Just go. Get out of here.
They're going to stop the clock with 3:37 left to play in the third quarter.
I think it is. I think they got it by just
Okay, leading at 26-14.
See it from here.
And, well, you got the cheaters on.
Yeah. Here's the measurement, Randy.
Like, they're really stretching that thing.
Come on.
Oh, Michael.
They got it.
Oh, Mike.
Broken out to Wehr Clyde in the backfield, so you get 2.5 instead of 9 yards on the play. But yeah, Wehr again just moving that pile forward. Keep that clock moving.
41.
I don't know what they did to you last winter, but it definitely improved your eyesight. That's for sure. You can. Saw that one all the way. First down and 10, a 3-yard gain. This North Branch 21-yard line. Lumberjacks on the move. Hot sweep for Mitchell Gerlach, right side. Gerlach. Hard. You don't like that? No, I mean,
jet sweep at all.
no, we haven't. He's caught three of the 4 passes tonight on that swing pass, but not a lot of runs. He had minus, what do we say, minus 1 yard? Well, he picked up 9 on his own right there.
Jacks up 26-14, 8:02 to go in the third, and they are threatening, chewing up clock. They got it at the North Branch 12, seconds and 2. North Branch really on their heels, Randy. Let's just keep pounding that thing at them.
Second down and 2 from the North Branch 12. They'll go back up the middle to Spencer Wehr. He breaks the tackle. Wehr to the end zone. To be denied. Touchdown.
Nine, Randy.
That may have been the best one, Mike.
I mean, he ran over 2 guys. I thought, well, they got him at about the 3, kept his feet moving, and then ran over another guy at the goal line for good measure. And this is getting ridiculous.
I mean,
he's a guy that's just using to be denied. And, saying, hey, get on my back, I'll carry him.
They hit him at the 7, they hit him at the 3, they hit him at the goal line, and
couldn't be stopped.
No. Here's the snap to kick. It is up from Benson, and the Vikings aren't going to block this, but they say it was wide to the right.
I don't know. They landed almost over the fence line.
Boy, that looked like a perfect kick to Eli Benson, but Lumberjacks will take the touchdown. Mike, they keep 4 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. I wanted 5 or 6, but I'll take 4:18, and Lumberjacks lead it 32-14.
Yeah, great drive, and a little bit of everything there. We had pitch to Gerlach, swing pass to Gerlach, some nice runs by my gig, runs by Bokanowski, and Spencer Wehr just slams an exclamation point on the end of the drive and gets a fifth touchdown of the game. 7:42 to go in the third. Jacks up 32-14.
Vikings did roll the dice, Mike, on the kick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm not so sure it was panic time yet. I mean, they're, I mean, maybe they're getting a little worried being down by 18 as a Lumberjack grad and fan. I'm thinking 18 is not nearly enough, to win. Right, being up by 18. So I don't know if they, were just going to fool them, or they were worried that they were going to be down by 3 scores. But I don't think I would have made that play call for the outside kick. Again, then you're 20 yards from 4 down territory, changes the game.
Jacks go 56 yards. They cap the drive with a 12-yard touchdown run by Spencer Wehr, his 5th touchdown run of the game. And the ensuing kickoff will be picked up by Darian Fair at the 20-yard line, return to the 37. And that's where the Vikings will start their first drive of the second half. Time of the touchdown for the Lumberjacks, 4:18 of the third quarter. And the extra point kick we thought from Benson was perfect, and this has got to be strange territory for Eli Benson, because he is literally as automatic as you get on the extra point kick. But
it's one of those nights, I guess, that Spencer Wehr is going to carry the team. I guess we miss a few extra points. Maybe not that big of a deal. So the guys got to pick each other up. And, tonight it's Wehr's night. Here's a formation here, Randy, again.
Yeah, it is. As Robillard is Wurtelman to his lefty. And he's going to keep it himself.
Nice job there.
Robillard, the quarterback keeper. By the way, that 5th touchdown run of the game for Spencer Wehr puts that 149 yards and 5 touchdowns on his carries.
Maybe a nice carry there, a nice tackle there, Randy, as had a nice open field tackle on Robillard, kept it to a gain of 1.
Second down and 9. It's 32-14. Cloquet leading with 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Robillard does a quick pass for Hunziker. It is complete. Riley Leslie is able to shape his block. And that would be a 5.
Yeah, Leslie did a nice job of getting around Connor Hartman there. Hartman needed to seal him off. Leslie just kind of scooted around the block and kind of to get about 4 or 5 yards. But it's going to be 35 for the Vikings.
Well, Mike, they have completed 8 passes for a total of 37 yards. I mean, that's what, 4.5 yards throw. So that's all.
You might as well run the ball.
Yeah, they're all going into the bubble screens, wide receiver screens. Robillard will call his own number. It's going to be caught. Down. It's going to be a lot.
I hope that's not a face pass.
I didn't see a flag.
It's flying in there.
There's a flag.
Contact, helmet-to-helmet contact, possibly. But I don't know how you call that when the
that was a pile
is diving forward.
Yeah. They're going to talk it over here, Randy.
Yeah, that would, Mike, with a loss in the play of 2 on a sack. It would be 4th down and 6. And it's going to be a grabbing face mask against Cloquet.
Oh, that's a tough penalty. Instead of it being forced
now
six.
Now it's the first down?
First down, yes.
No, 5 yards. So.
Forced and,
so it'll be 4th down and about a yard.
That's too bad, dude. Oh, they're going to not even measure it.
Wow. Wow, they look like they were a yard shy. It was, hold on a second. I thought it was 3rd down and...
That would have been 4th down, 4th and 3rd.
Oh, that's right. It was 4th down, or 3rd down and short. So, yeah, they do pick up the...
Tough call. Nice tackle there. Just accidentally grabbed the face mask.
So, North Branch gets the first down by penalty on the 5-yard face mask penalty. Robillard's going to keep it himself. Robillard up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and Robillard pulling a Spencer Wehr on the Lumberjacks defense. Rushes it ahead for 10 yards and a first down.
Spencer Wehr.
And this is what we don't want the Vikings to do.
10 yards, you like to keep them to 2 or 3, right? That's too bad they got that face mask. That's nice couple of plays defensively.
Would have been 4th down and 6.
Yeah.
First or 2nd down and a yard. Robillard's going to keep it again. Nope, he's going to hand it off. And this time Hunziker's going to be taken down. Dylan Lauer takes Hunziker down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Hunziker's one of those guys who like to keep inside. He's a big, tough kid, and, you start getting him too far to the outside, and the pursuit's going to track him down, and that's what happened there. 3rd and about 3-4, Randy?
3rd and 3 from the Cloquet 46-yard line. And they'll look to the sideline.
Yeah, they got the guys.
They were no huddle, and all of a sudden they're taking all this time.
Yeah, running the clock down.
With under 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, Cloquet leading 32-14. Robillard back to pass. Looks left, complete to Hunziker, and Hunziker will pick up the first down. And steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And otherwise, he would have gone to the end zone. But it is a 6-yard completion for a first down.
They barely stepped out that time. The Jacks are giving them a lot of cushion when they're splitting guys off up to the outside. I think, settling it a little bit more on Robillard in that running game. And they've thrown some passes out there. That one connected, some haven't. They're just, kind of daring them to pass, saying, hey, we know you got a great quarterback that can run the ball. We'll give you some cushion and go ahead and throw it out here. And that's what happened. They got a first down.
First down and 10 at the Cloquet 40-yard line. Robillard fakes the pass, now throws it over the middle, and it is almost intercepted off the hands of, I think it was first Schneeberger for Cloquet, then off the hands of the intended receiver, Pills, and then Gerlach just about was able to pick that off where it hit the turf.
Yeah, we had Gerlach, Tyler Moose, and Alex Luzo all surrounding the ball and all of the spots because they just couldn't get to it. So, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the Jacks 40. Clock stopped. 4:41 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Cloquet leading at 32-14. But North Branch on their first offensive possession of the 3rd quarter, taking a lot of time here, even though the clock isn't running. Robillard back to pass. Now it's flushed out. He's being chased. Throws it to the sidelines, and it is caught at the 30-yard line. Hunziker comes back to make the catch, and that should be a first down.
Yeah, they gave him way too much cushion that time, Randy. He lobbed that thing way up in the air, and Hunziker did a nice job of coming back to the ball and made the catch right inside the sideline. So good pursuit from the Jacks. They had that a few times. The Robillard kind of able to sense that backside pursuit. Knows when to get rid of the ball. First down, North Branch, the Lumberjack 30.
North Branch has 4 first downs in this drive. They had 7 in the first half alone. Hunziker with the pass up high, hauled in by Wehr. Wehr tries to hurl the man, gets taken down, and now we get a late flag. What's that late flag for? Is he trying to jump up over a Cloquet defender at the 20-yard line? I'm not sure what in the world he was called there.
face mask?
Well, it might be against North Branch.
Did he throw his shoe up? Or?
Well, by the reaction, Mike, of number 52, Cameron Irvin, he's acting like it's against North Branch. The pass is good for 10 yards. Wehr caught the ball and then tried to hurdle the Lumberjack defender that came up to make the tackle. 4:12, clock stops.
Did he throw the shoe into somebody, or
what is the call here? They're waving off the flag. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, the odd thing there, we had 2 or 3 guys throw flags, and they all picked them up. Usually, if you see a guy pick one up, maybe one guy throws it, but not so sure what the penalty would have been, but they must have saw something. A couple guys fired up and down on one.
So, second down and a yard from the Lumberjacks 20-yard line. North Branch driving here at the Cloquet 20-yard line. Robillard out of the shotgun, throws it to the sidelines, and it is caught. And the Jacks miss a tackle, and stepping out of bounds is Hills at the 10-yard line. Alex Luzo missed the tackle, and Hills turns upfield for a 10-yard gain. That's the first catch of the game for Bills.
Lots of cushion there for Bills, and I give Robillard credit, Randy. They're giving him cushion on the outside. He's finding those receivers, and these are long passes. He's throwing them across the field, 30, 35 yards to the sideline. They're only getting 10 a play, but he's doing a nice job of finding the open guy.
Yeah, Jack's giving them about an 8 to 10 yard cushion. Robillard wants to throw over the middle, and it is caught for a touchdown. Connor Hartman, his second touchdown catch of the game as he comes on the post pattern, and North Branch answers the Lumberjacks touchdown with a 10-yard pass from Aaron Robillard to Connor Hartman.
And that was too easy for North Branch. The Jacks let them get away with it that time. They had them, took the inadvertent face mask penalty, and instead of a punt, they get the ball, they keep the drive going, and that only took about 3 minutes off the clock, Randy. And, you'd really like to see a lot more time expire between scores as North Branch going to cut this to a 2-possession game.
They're going to go for the 2-point conversion play here as Robillard's going to run it, and he's going to be caught by Kirkle and thrown down, and the 2-point conversion is no good. And so it'll be 32-20 now in favor of Cloquet, but the Vikings get a touchdown as Connor Hartman, his second touchdown catch of the game, his second 10-yard touchdown pass reception from Aaron Robillard at 8:13 of the third quarter. 2-point conversion run is no good, and our score is now Cloquet 32, Cloquet 32, North Branch 23, 47 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Lumberjacks football on AM 1230 WKLK, and you can also find us online at northwoodsradio.com. Onside kick, Mike, is Hunziker is going to kick it off for North Branch. And Hunziker again, another onside kick, and Mitchell Gerlach again. Well, I take that back. It was Kopernowski last time as the good hand player. This time it was Mitchell Gerlach at the Cloquet 43-yard line. And Jack once again at the short field. Hopefully they can cash it into points.
Yeah, again, surprising. I don't know if that's just a short squib kick or an onside kick, because, they give the Lumberjacks great field position again. Jackson throwing 42 to start this drive.
32-20, Cloquet leading North Branch. 3:47 left to go in the third quarter. Gerlach in motion from left to right. Kopernowski's going to run it himself. Goes right side, now avoids the tackle up ahead, and Tim Kopernowski turned a 2-yard loss into a 2-yard gain.
The Vikings there, Randy. Yeah, they had him trapped in the backfield. If you're the Vikings coach, and you're now saying, hey, we got to wrap the guy up. We got a game here, and we had him trapped for a loss of 2. But that's like Tim Kopernowski. One of the best football players in the area. He's able to get away and make positive yards out of negative yards.
Kopernowski only with 34 yards rushing on 8 carries. Second down and 8. They go to Wehr, and Wehr is stood up, and North Branch now getting stiff defensively as the Lumberjacks continue to run the ball and just try to chew up this clock. And a gain of 3 for Wehr. Yep, and now we've got a 3rd down and 5. And yeah, you absolutely do not want to give the ball back to North Branch because they got that touchdown. They're fired up on the sidelines, and you don't want to give them any kind of momentum whatsoever.
Huge play here, Andy.
From their own 47-yard line, 3rd down and 5. Look for the quick throw to Gerlach. Comes in motion right to left, rolling out. There it is. If he wants it, Pokernowski now throws downfield. He hits Mygig at the 33-yard line. That was a phenomenal pass by Pokernowski.
Right on the money. Mygig ran down the field, beat his man, and Randy just turned around and just hit him right in the numbers. That was a perfect pass. Pokernowski, right-handed thrower, so he's again rolling out to the left against the grain, and he fires that thing 25 yards downfield, icing his veins in first down Lumberjacks.
Gain of 19 on the pass, and Pokernowski to Mygig, and now Hassan will run the ball. And inside the 30 to the 29. That's a gain of about 5. North Branch says they've got the football again, but he's down. North Branch every time is trying to.
Yeah, they got 6 guys jumping up and down, and
they're trying to get a call from the referee.
Mygig again to the right side, Andy, between the guard and the tackle. It just doesn't look like there's much there. He squirts through, and suddenly it's a 5-yard gain. You know, you watch it. I got a perfect angle. You can have. They got him for no gain, no 5 yards. Now you're in 4-down territory inside the almost 30 of the Lumberjacks.
70 yards on 11 carries for Mygig. Pokernowski's now going to throw it. He'll tuck it and run to the 25, to the 20, gets from behind. Kicks down to the 15-yard line. And a gain of 13 yards for Tim Pokernowski. And he gets up limping like Pokernowski absolutely can't afford to lose him.
Ben Rocher for North Branch has to pick up both of his shoes because he got his ankle buckled as he tried to make an open field tackle on Pokernowski. That's that nice roll-out keeper we like to see. Big first down. Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Wehr gets the handoff right up the middle. And Spencer Wehr, that's just the belly play, the dive play, and the gain of only a yard or 2 for Spencer Wehr.
Chewing up the clock.
Now down to the 12-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 3, and yeah.
Second and 6-7 for the Jacks. Okay, up 32-20. 105 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter. Check.
We'll let the clock run inside of a minute here. Mike, let's know it's here.
Coming down.
2nd down and 6 from the North Branch 11-yard line. Pokernowski will hand it off to Wehr. Left tackle, Spencer Wehr to the 5.
You know what? Let's give it to the guy 2 more times here.
Yeah.
Say, Spencer, put the game in your hands. You got 2 plays to get 3 yards and just 6 touchdowns. We're going to block like heck for you up front, and we're going to move this defensive line right off the ball.
1st down and goal to go for Cloquet from the North Branch 3-yard line with a half a minute left to play. They give it to Wehr. Wehr straight ahead. Wehr in the end zone. Touchdown! Spencer Wehr gets 6th rushing touchdown of the game, and the Lumberjacks lead it 38-20.
Andy, I got to say there was a big enough hole for you or me to run through that time. The Lumberjacks, Zachary Donosky and whoever else is over on that side. That wasn't Spencer Wehr. That was the offensive line. Now, the other 5 were Wehr, but we'll give that one to the offensive line. As they opened a huge hole, and Wehr went in almost untouched.
Lumberjacks will go for the 2-point conversion. Guess who? Spencer Wehr. And he gets that 2-point conversion.
And now,
an ice bath. Mike, the Lumberjacks record. 6 rushing touchdowns.
That's
for Spencer Wehr.
That's a video game, Scott.
That is in 6 touchdowns in the game.
Is that a single game record?
That has to be.
Well, I got to imagine it's at least a playoff or section final record by a couple, but yeah, maybe there was a game years ago they played, the blind or somebody back in the 60s, and somebody got, but that, I can't imagine anybody. Call WKOK.
Well, we would have to. I would have to literally implore Raul Bromberg or Ken Schloer or Dave Delia.
And Raul, you know of anybody that's had 6 in a game
Yeah.
Follow the stage
Conversation and let us
like
know.
to know that this is pretty impressive here tonight. And he's not going 70, 80 yards.
No.
He's frustrated with the tackle. What a treat to watch. This is old-fashioned football at its best here, man.
Dural has had a lot of great backs, I'm sure, in his career. Short kick. And the Vikings will down it at their own 34, but we still have a quarter of a football left to go.
There's
Spencer Wehr, 164 yards on 22 carries and all six touchdowns, 40-20. Lumberjacks lead North Branch with 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And you know what, Mike? Still not comfortable.
There's about a minute or two left, and the Jacks are up by a couple scores. I don't think it's deep draft. Yeah, North Branch, dangerous team.
And the Lumberjacks scrambling on offense. Robillard pumps, goes down the right sideline. He's looking for Wehr, and so almost had an interception.
Randy, that time the Jacks were scrambling to get a guy off the field.
I don't know if they had enough players on the field.
Oh, maybe they did, because he didn't get off the field. They didn't throw the flag. Maybe they only had 10 on the field.
They did have 10 because
now they got about 14 on there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Everybody was yelling, "Get off, snap the ball!" And they snapped it. He wasn't off. Maybe they panicked.
Incomplete pass. Second down and 10 for North Branch on their own 34. Robillard to pass to the middle, and it is caught by Pills. That went right to the arms of Andre Peters, and that is a pickup of 10 yards and a North Branch first down.
First and 10 for North Branch on the 45.
And a first down, down to 5 seconds. This will be the final play of the third quarter. Robillard, a pass off the hands of Hunziker, and it will not be the last play. Clock is stopped with 0.4 seconds left.
Yeah, they tried to go with the quick pass, and the Jacks are giving them that short pass, and you're up by 20. Let them make those 5 and 6 yard plays at least for a while and short some clock, because it's snowy and windy here. It's not an easy play to make. I mean, they're giving them 12 yards cushion here on the near side.
0.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 10, North Branch at their own 45-yard line. And Robillard back pass looks to his left, and it is caught by Pills. And Schneeberger comes up and makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of 2 for Zach Pills, and that'll be the end of our third quarter. The score, Cloquet 40, North Branch 20. Quarter set to get underway. Lumberjacks have the Vikings in a third down and 8 from the North Branch 47-yard line. 40-20, Cloquet leading North Branch as the Vikings might be in 4-down territory. Robillard from the shotgun. Straight drop. Heavy rush on the screen pass. It is complete to Werdeman. Werdeman, a lot of room to run into Lumberjack territory to the 30 and the 28-yard line, and the perfect call on the blitz. And North Branch first down and 10 at the Cloquet 30-yard line.
Whenever you see 3 or 4 guys right on top of the cornerback, immediately you think, oh no, yeah. But then it's only a matter of whether or not they catch the pass. He got that over the line of defenders in purple there that were swarming him, and that was just an easy big play. Right play call, perfect time for it for North Branch.
First down and 10 at the Cloquet 30-yard line as they catch the Lumberjacks in the blitz. Another pass into the right flat for Fair. Schneeberger has them, swings them down, and we're going to get a penalty to Schneeberger. And a gain of 8. Gain of 8 on the pass completion.
And again, kind of looking a little too easy for North Branch here. If they're going to get it scored, let's make them march down the field in 10, 12 plays and chew up some clock. And a lot of 10-yard gains.
First collar tackle, Mike. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, yeah.
See a 15-yard penalty from the 21-yard line. They'll go half the distance, or do they go the full 15?
They go half.
So this will bring us down to the Cloquet 10-yard line. 10-yard penalty against the Lumberjacks on the horse collar tackle by Jaden Schneeberger. And that'll be another first down, this time by penalty. So, first down and 10, North Branch at the Lumberjacks, the 11-yard line with 11:40 left to go here. We're in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. Jacks lead 40-20. And Robillard will and Robillard taken down. He's not working that
I thought Worthman did have it. He pulled it out again.
Robillard with the quarterback keeper inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, and a gain of 3. And 78 yards on 10 carries for Aaron Robillard. 2nd down and 7 from the Lumberjacks' 9-yard line. And high snap, Robillard wants to throw in the end zone, and it is caught for the, no, he is out of bounds.
Oh, my.
Or incomplete, Mike, incomplete on the pass to Wehr. How did that, he must have dropped the ball, Mike, because he got up with it.
We had good coverage over there. I can't see who that was over there.
Sorry to get a hold of it ahead of you. That was very good coverage. That was Limer out there on the pass coverage, 3rd down and 7.
Beluzo on the pass coverage.
Spear couldn't bring down that pass to the corner of the end zone, so 3rd down and 7 from the Lumberjacks' 8-yard line. Robillard with a single back will throw it over the middle, and it is incomplete. He went in behind Spear as Spear came on the slant. He was wide open. That was a touchdown.
Again, that's a tough play for a high school kid to make. He lines up split to the right, just slants straight in. You know, you really got to lead the guy by a ways because he's 10 yards downfield, and he just threw it behind him. He's wide open. But tough play. Here we go. Here's your ball game. Well, practical purposes. 4th and 6 from the Lumberjack. Whatever we had him at the 8.
4th down and 7 from the Lumberjacks' 8-yard line.
Jacks up by 20.
Robillard on 4th down, and he's going to keep it himself, and he is going to be hit, and he is going to be taken down, and he's going to get the 1st down. No, he's going to be way short. A gain of
he did not go down easy.
No, he did not.
He hit at the line and hit again, and, you know, there's a kid playing with a lot of determination. He just came up short. You know, great play call. Give it to the guy. Give it to your best player and see what he can do. But the Lumberjacks, great job of game tackling, Randy. Too many purple shirts right there.
But North Branch helping the Lumberjacks out with a couple of drop pass, fair in the corner of the end zone, and then Robillard way behind the.
He had the guy wide open.
That would have been a touchdown.
Now, if you're the Lumberjacks, you're staying.
You need a 1st down. 1st down and 10, Cloquet at their own 5-yard line. And Mygig, that's Hassan with the call. Yes, Mygig across the 5. Not a lot of running room there for Mygig. Maybe a gain of 3 or 2.
Yeah, not much.
Not much at all for Mygig. Jacks just need to get a 1st down here.
Yeah, keep the ball clock moving and get 1 or 2 1st downs, run some time off. You don't want to be punting from your own 12. And
40-20, Cloquet leading with 10:24 left to go in the 4th quarter. Pokernowski is going to keep it himself. Tim Pokernowski protecting the football. And he actually got knocked down forward on the play.
He's 3rd and short there. Nice job by Pokernowski.
Gain of 6 for Pokernowski to be 3rd down and 1.
Stop on the play by I'd stop at the Pokernowski and just have everybody push forward. Design draw here. Just say, you know what, our offensive line's going to be your defensive line.
So 3rd down and a yard for the Lumberjacks. I would think there'll be at least 10 men in the box here. Ends are in tight. This is
pretty much, Randy.
National football here. And they'll hand it off to Spencer Wehr, and Wehr will go off left tackle. Mike, there you go. There is the tip of the hat to, you know what? Eli Benson was the lead blocker on that one.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need the biggest guy. You know, a lot of blocking and tackling is about fundamentals, and he did get a good push, and Weir just kind of hopped through the line there, and that one was a little bit easier than I thought. He picks up 3-4 yards. Big Lumberjack 1st down. Now they're going to bleed this clock out on this drive here, Randy. They're going to take as much time as they can between each snap.
A critical 3-yard gain for the Lumberjacks on 3rd and 1. 1st down and 10. And they'll go back on the ground, and on the keeper is Gerlach, looking for some room to run. Mitchell Gerlach protects the football, runs into
Mitchell Gerlach on the
bunch of white jerseys.
And you said it well. He protected the football. He had a couple blockers ahead of him. He cut it up, and he had both arms wrapped tight over that ball in his stomach. There was no way that was going to get stripped away by anybody. He gave up some yardage to secure the ball, and as it is, he got 8 yards on the play, Randy.
Mitchell Gerlach has been used more in the passing. That's just his 4th carry of the game for 16 yards, but he gained 8, as Mike said. And now the Lumberjacks up to their 26-yard line as they are trying to escape the shadows of their own end zone. They lead 40-20, and the give goes to Spencer Wehr. And that's the first down, and he picks up 5 yards to the 32-yard line.
Now they've, got them on their heels, Randy. Let's just keep smashing that thing right at them. And the state 40 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. 40-20, Lumberjacks up by 20.
8:35 left to go in the game.
They are,
and we have an official's timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this.
North Branch is trying to hustle to get a home. I think the player had a little helmet problem there as he comes back onto the field.
You're not going to see a lot of fancy plays now. I thought, maybe we'll open up the playbook, and now you're going to see basic handoffs or Pokarnowski's rolling out.
First down and 10, and now Pokarnowski's going to watch the official, Mike.
Yep.
See when that 10-second call is. They'll turn and hand it off to Spencer Wehr, and Wehr just dives into a hole.
For like 7 yards.
Well, he slid the last 13. The cross was 35. And he
almost 6, 5, maybe?
He got 5 on the carry.
I mean, again,
very nice slide.
Looks like a hot knife through butter. I mean, he's just cutting through that line at will. It's just straightforward.
176 yards on 25 carries and 6 touchdowns for Spencer Wehr.
That is
amazing.
That one will go down in the record books.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Second down and 5 for the Lumberjacks on their own 36-yard line. 7:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. They lead 40-20. And the give goes to Wehr. He lost the ball, but I think he got it back.
There's about 4 North Branch guys right there. Now.
And you know what? Now, Mike, North Branch is going for the ball and not the carrier. They are not.
Of course, you might get a strip, but sometimes you get some big plays, too, out of those.
Hassan Mygig, North Branch claimed that he fumbled 4 times in the game, but he was down all 4 times.
Yeah, very lucky if any of those games could, well be different.
Snow continues to fall. Your winds out of the south, or out of the east, rather. They're down at 5 Cloquet from their own 36-yard line. They bring Wehr in motion, and Pokarnowski's going to keep it himself, and Pokarnowski, a little bit short here, about a half a yard short. It'll be 4th down and less than the yard. It actually depends on the spot of the ball. That spot of the ball might give Cloquet the first down. That was a hometown 5.
They gave him a gift there. That was not a first down.
That was
a good half-yard short.
We will take it.
Exactly.
Wow.
North Branch not going to be happy.
No, they are not. That was the North Branch fans would not be happy at that. That was definitely I can't call it a hometown spot because it's a neutral site, but a good, generous spot gives the Lumberjacks a first down at their own 41-yard line, and they'll continue to work on the clock. As Spencer Wehr busts off a run of 11 yards, and he just about took it to the house.
Yeah, again, that whole line, they're just moving backwards, on every play. And of course, North Branch, is where they are because of their offense and not necessarily their defense, but still a great job by the Lumberjack offensive line and Spencer Wehr. They've just won the battles down the trenches all night long, Randy, at that line of scrimmage, and that's a lot of the reason Weir's got so many yards is, they're playing good national football.
Jacks moving into North Branch territory as we approach 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Cloquet leading North Branch 40-20. Under center is Pokarnowski to give to Wehr, and he tripped as he stumbled for 3 yards, and he is rapidly approaching 200 yards on the night, as he is up to 190 yards now on 28 carries and 6 touchdowns for the senior. He won't forget this game.
No, that's, kind of how you want to go out playing your best football, Randy, and he's had some good games in the past, but this is one for the record books for him.
Under 5.5 minutes left to go. Pokarnowski has worked from under the shotgun, split back behind him on 2nd down and 7. Hassan Mygig gets the call, and he is brought down on a 1-arm tackle there. I got to give some props to the Vikings defense. Johnson Broad. He just reached out with a big palm, Mike, and pulled Mygig down for a loss of
Yeah, that hasn't been there tonight for North Branch. They have not gotten that penetration on the defensive line and got that containment on the outside against my gig or, off tackle. And that time they did, and, that's why we lost a couple of yards. It wasn't any different from any other time. My gig ran the ball, but this guy from North Branch came off the block there nicely.
Back to the 47-yard line, single receiver wide to the right. Inside reverse to Mitchell Gerlach, and Gerlach is able to slip through a tackle, and Mitchell Gerlach looking up protect that ball. And it is a first down and a gain of 10 yards for Mitchell Gerlach.
He had both arms on the ball, and he was kind of spinning and backing up, into the tacklers. Yeah, and he just, they spotted him short here.
Okay. Well, I gave him a first down. But now, fourth down, okay. Well, they made up. So
that one easily was a first down.
The last down, yeah.
Yours was not. So
fourth down and a yard at the North Branch 38.5. Maybe to get to 38.
That's weird. Gave that line in again, Randy.
Okernowski, I think it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Nope, they're going to give it to Wehr. And first down, Wehr running over the defensive back, Connor Hartman. We needed, a half a yard? Wow.
No, that guy wanted no part of it. I hate to say it, but he just ran over him.
An 11-yard run for Spencer Wehr, and Mike, he is over.
I can't say I wouldn't have done the
200 yards.
Spencer Wehr coming out.
Oh, my goodness. Hartman almost looked like he was trying to get out of the way.
I mean, that Wehr's just been a force here tonight.
First down and 10 from the North Branch 25. Gift goes to Gerlach on the misdirection, and Gerlach fumbles the ball, and North Branch has it this time. As Gerlach fumbled it after a 1-yard gain, and North Branch takes over.
Well,
in their own territory.
My prediction, Randy, one fumble or less, and the Lumberjacks would win this game.
Well, North Branch has been trying to get a fumble all night, ironically, because every time Gerlach runs the ball, he's got both arms wrapped around that ball, and that time the Vikings were able to punch it out.
I don't know how they got it out. 40-20, Jacks up by 20 with
3 minutes, 17 seconds left to go. North Branch has all 3 timeouts. And Robillard wants to throw. Robillard airs it out down the right sideline. And Hartman went inside. Robillard threw it outside. And
of course, you're forced to try to do something you can't, don't do a lot with.
For North Branch, and the crowd goes silent here. North Branch player takes a knee. Take a break. It's 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Cloquet leading North Branch 40-20 with 3:12 left to go. Section 7 4A championship from Public School Stadium will return right after this. Back here to Public School Stadium as 55 lanes.
Nick Johnson, it looks like he maybe a knee or an ankle. He's been a lot of
carried off the field.
Of course, you hate to see that, and maybe what's going to be the last game, ending up with, some type of injury.
Nick Johnson, Mike, is their starting left guard. He is a senior, and he is being carried off the field.
You can just tell when a guy's in a lot of pain. And
he is putting no weight on that left leg at all.
Those guys in the offensive line are generally pretty tough. He looked like he was pretty hurt.
That was an incomplete pass intended for Connor Hartman, who has caught 2 touchdown passes of 10 yards. And so North Branch, a second down and 10 from their own 26-yard line following a Cloquet turnover on a fumble.
Second down and 10 for North Branch.
Robillard with Wardeman behind him as the single back. Hartman out wide here to the left, 3 receivers to the right, 3:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. Robillard will pass for Hartman. Off his hands, Riley Leslie picks it off as it went through the hands of Connor Hartman, a very catchable ball, but Hartman let it slip through his fingers, and a diving interception by Riley Leslie with 3:06 left to play.
Well, we got a freezing cold night, wind and snow, and Robillard just threw him a bullet, and it was on the money, but, again, it's like trying to catch a bowling ball out there and hit him in the hands or the helmet. It went up in the air, and I thought it was going to fall incomplete. Leslie did a great job. He's like the shortstop diving in the hole there, and he made that interception.
Lumberjacks have missed a couple of those tonight, but not that time, as Spencer Wehr gets the handoff, and Wehr will just continue to chug forward and chew up the clock and add to his rushing total as his forward progress to the 30-yard line. A gain of 3 for Spencer Wehr. 204 yards on 30 carries and 6 touchdowns.
You're getting up into the 30s in a high school game. That's going to be a lot of carries.
Aaron Robillard last week had 240 yards and scored all 4 touchdowns against Grand Rapids.
They build it.
Happened before. Second down and 7 for the Lumberjacks on the North Branch 31-yard line to give to Wehr. Wehr minimal gain as Jordan Peel tries to push him forward.
How many did he end up getting there, Randy?
Well, they're not going to give him what where he ended up. He got to the 26, but they're going to mark him down. His forward progress stopped at 28, so it'll actually only be a gain of 3. And now North Branch calls the timeout. Mike, with 2:12 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacks up 40-20.
Yeah, great second half for the Jacks. I'm surprised that it ended up 40-20, and that we didn't have maybe a 48-32 or 36 game. Kudos to the Lumberjacks and their defensive effort in the second half. They've done a great job of containing this North Branch offense that really has averaged 40 to 50 points a game this year. So I think they did what they had to do. They turned the ball over once on a fumble when it didn't necessarily matter, and that was the key. Not a whole lot of penalties. We had a few one costly, kind of unfortunate penalty, but other than that, they played a clean second half, and just looked like a team that's very determined, and that's all those years of getting to the state tournament does for you. You play with a lot of confidence instead of being a team that's a little scared. You're going in saying, hey, we're going to win this game. And that's what I think we saw here in the second half.
That was one of the other keys from Coach Tom Lenars. He wanted to play this game with a bit of an edge.
Yep.
As, we're the number 1 seed. We're ranked 5th in the state, and we're going to play like that. Rolling out Pokernowski is going to keep it himself on the quarterback bootleg to the 23-yard line. Should be a first down. And it is a gain of 5 for Tim Pokernowski. Pokernowski with 63 yards tonight on 12 carries, and the Lumberjacks running out of room here on my stat sheet. I only have room for 25 first downs, and that was their 22nd first down.
We're getting close. And they have another 1 or 2, Randy.
And by the way,
we could get 2 more in that score. So
Pokernowski, Mike, he's completed. He's attempted 2 passes and completed both of them. None bigger than one to Mygate for 19 yards on 3rd down and 8. That led to the Lumberjacks' first touchdown of the second half. Weir runs into a pile. There's not 3 North Branch defenders.
Well, Jordan Peel
helping him up now.
Jordan Peel threw Gavin.
Got another injured North Branch.
Jordan Peel threw Gavin Jensen Schneider back about 10 yards on the block, and everybody was laughing as he was sent into a cartwheel. But yeah, and it's too bad here. It's almost to the point now the Jacks are going to take a knee. We'd love to see Spencer Weir, get that 7th or whatever, how many ever touchdowns. What has he got? 6 so far. But
208 yards rushing.
You get to that point where you're probably going to have to take a knee. You're up 40-20 with a minute 30 left. You got it at the North Branch 20. North Branch has got 1 more timeout, Randy, so we'll see what the Jacks do. We'll probably run 1 more play here and give it to Weir, see what he can get.
Down and 6 for Cloquet from the North Branch 20-yard line. And Mike, the Cloquet Lumberjacks are going to win their 4th Section 7 title in the last 5 years, and that is amazing for Cloquet.
Almost 30 years to get back, and now it's been
4 out of the last 5.
Pretty amazing run, and it's been a combination of coaching those youth programs and just having some determined kids, that refuse to lose. And this team I see as the culmination of the last 10, 15 years, a team that just played great all year.
Pokernowski under center, the give to Weir, and Weir short gain of maybe a couple of yards, and North Branch is going to use their third and final timeout. As
We're
down
over
to
200. What is he at, Randy?
210 yards.
Wow.
On 33 carries.
And again, this is not a kid that's, going to be a 100 sprinter guy. He's a guy that runs between the tackles and, gets that tough yardage when it's third and short. And to have somebody like that, when you're running up the middle, get 200 yards, that's a testament to, his effort tonight. And, their offensive line blocked great. I mean, they have won the battle in the trenches.
Exactly. Here we are, Mike, talking about, Spencer Wehr and all the yards he's got, but he doesn't get anything without that. I mean, he does get a lot of it, does have great individual effort, but he doesn't get anything without that offensive line in front of him. Like guys like Steele and, Knitsko, Turnbull,
they get that initial push, and you give him some forward momentum, Spencer Wehr. It's going to be a 2-yard gain.
So they're down at 6 at the North Branch 18-yard line. Jack needs one more first down. And here's Pokranowski rolling out, avoids the man, throws it complete to Weir, and Weir from the touchdown! Right on, a pass. Well, he got the 7th touchdown, but he came on a pass from 18 yards out on third down and 6, and that is going to seal it for the Lumberjacks.
Pokranowski rolls out to his right, Randy. I think they really wanted to have him keep the ball and run for a first down. That would have been the last play of the game, get the first down and then down it. And then, they kind of had him sealed off and he couldn't get the first down. So Weir did a nice job of, he started the backfield, cutting through that line and finding a way to get open. Pokranowski found him, and I tell you what, he made that look like it was a tie game.
The extra point kick by Benson, and it's up, and it is no good. That one
was like a chip shot out of the corner there. It went straight up in the air.
10:46 is the time of the touchdown. The extra point, no good. The Lumberjacks leading at 46-20. And Spencer Weir, 7th touchdown of the game, an 18-yard pass to Pokranowski at 10:46. And that is your Lumberjack faithful down here. As the Lumberjacks lead at 46-20 with 1:14 left to go in the game. And Cloquet will be heading to St. Cloud next Friday night.
Randy, who knows what's going to happen in the next 100 years of this program. You and I aren't going to be around to see it, but I am almost feeling that it's safe to say that nobody is going to beat this record. Maybe somebody maybe gets closer, equals it, but you'd have to get 8 in a game to beat him, and he had 7. I mean, that's 7 touchdowns in a game. Well, my kids would be happy with the senior year where they had 7 touchdowns.
I don't know what the state record is or anything like that, but
he's got to be close.
Boy, that's still impressive.
Could be like a 9.
Whip kick, and now
the old Stanford band, Cal.
Yeah, as the pitch is back on the lateral, and it was Wardeman that ended up taking that pitch from the initial player. Lucas Jensen Schneider took the short kick, pitched it back on the lateral, and Wardeman is tackled at the 42-yard line with 1:06 left to go. North Branch has no timeouts remaining.
Looks like we're going to have some subs come in here. Tom Lenars is going to call timeout and get a lot of skinny kids in clean purple jerseys.
Hunter Werner is in the game.
Cooper Kettle.
Yep. Let's see. Michael Obazinski. Help me out here, Mike. 42.
Ryan Badger.
Okay. Ryan Badger.
72. James Deppa.
70.
70. McCade Larva.
Number 84.
Kettle.
Yeah. Not him. 48, did we get him?
No, didn't get him. 48 is Antonio
Ceruza. And number 15?
15 is Zach Bassett.
Okay. And
27, I
Andre
think.
Peters, starter. He's one of the lone starters in there. And North Branch. We make sure we got everybody out there for Cloquet as they get all their substitutes in. I think a lot of those guys are some seniors that How about 79? Did we get 79 in there?
79 is Elias DeVore.
Okay, so here we go. First down and 10. North Branch is their own 42-yard line. And here's Aaron Robillard up the middle, and Robillard running to the outside, and there goes Aaron Robillard for a 68-yard touchdown run for the North Branch Vikings with under a minute left to go. As the Lumberjacks bring in the substitutes, and Aaron Robillard, a senior, will at least get a 58-yard touchdown run for his final play of his career.
Yeah, good run by Robillard, and I think some of the Lumberjack subs are standing on the sidelines for 3 hours, get thrown into the game, and it's like trying to tackle a rocket out there, which goes to show you what a great job the Lumberjack defense did all night long in containing him. I mean, yeah, he's got some jets. And this game was won in the line of scrimmage. I mean, they were able to jam Robillard up and up at the line all night long, and they were able to contain him.
Robillard now back to pass with a 2-point conversion. Swings it into the end zone. It is picked off in the corner of the end zone, but the Vikings get a touchdown in the final minute at 11:01 of the fourth quarter. The 2-point conversion play is no good, but Aaron Robillard, a 58-yard touchdown run to make it a 46-26 game in favor of the Lumberjacks, as Robillard went over 100 yards on that run, 138 yards on 12 carries and a touchdown. And Robillard, it looked like he was not going to be denied as he's playing his final game tonight. He started actually as a sophomore, Mike, 2 years ago against Cloquet in a semifinal game in Cloquet, in which the Lumberjacks won. And that was their one of, I don't believe they went to state that year. I think Hermantown ended up going to state, but yeah, he was a good-looking quarterback then.
He's really similar a lot to Tim Pokerowski.
Yes, he is.
They look at a
so.
similar build. They're both fast. They're tough kids. They can throw the ball if they need to, but they're better off managing the game and running it. So, yeah, very, very similar players.
Here's the onside kick from Evan Ammonrood as he has it teed up 40, and the onside kick, and it's still up in the air, and Eli Benson's able to find it at the 46-yard line. Jackson will take 3 Ds. They will celebrate their Section 7 4A championship.
Again, a reminder, there will be a coach
Lumberjacks
immediately following.
First and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 55 seconds left to go. Stick around and join us for the full team report as we'll recap Spencer Wehr's big night. You're going to hear
lining up in a mob here, ready to run out on the field there, Andy.
So 3 Ds coming up here from Tim Pokerowski, as he'll take one here with 55 seconds left to go. North Branch did not stop the clock. They took all of their timeouts. And, you know, tip of the hat, Mike, the North Branch Vikings, outstanding season for them. They finished 7-3, but they're 2 of their losses, or 3 of their losses, they're 2 of their 3 losses, spit it out, Ram, were to Cloquet, and the other was to Proctor in the final game of the regular season.
What was the score of that one, Ram?
I believe that was 19-6, something like that. It was a close game. They'll take another knee here. The final seconds to kick off. Here comes the sea of purple out onto the field as the Lumberjacks celebrate. It's not official yet as we're down to the final 10 seconds, but the Cloquet Lumberjacks are your 2017 Section 7 4A champions. Scotland Arts. The ice bath from the Pike Circle. Yeah, that's it. The clock goes 0 and the Lumberjacks are going to stay.
Wow, what a game, Randy. It's just, you know, it's really actually pretty tight even into the third quarter.
Yeah.
But the Lumberjacks, I thought, played a great second half. I've seen a lot of games over the years, and defensively against a very good offensive team, I thought, you know, this one was right up there. They had the defensive effort they needed. This could have we could have been looking at a 46-42 game.
Oh, yeah.
48-46. I mean, I honestly thought, you know, North Branch would get it up into the mid to high 30s. I thought it was just the Lumberjacks could outscore them, but instead it was a great defensive second half effort, and the Jacks win big, and they are headed back to the state quarterfinals.
46-26, Cloquet downing North Branch in the Section 7 4A championship game. We'll have an awards ceremony coming up, and Mike and I will return to Public School Stadium With our post-game report right after this, you are listening to the home of Lumberjacks football, AM 1230 WKLK, and you can also find us online at northwoodsradio.com. Back here to Public School Stadium as the North Branch Vikings receive their runner-up medals for Section 7-4A. Let's take a look at our scoring as the Lumberjacks will be getting their championship medals here. For the Lumberjacks, Spencer Wehr, we have it confirmed. It is a school record of 7 touchdowns for Spencer Wehr tonight, 6 rushing, 1 receiving. That sets the Cloquet High School record. And let's go to the scoring. It was actually North Branch, Mike, that came out and drew first blood as Aaron Robillard hit Connor Hartman for a 10-yard touchdown pass for the first score of the game. 4 minutes and 31 seconds into the first quarter, the Vikings went for the 2-point conversion. They failed, but they took a 6-0 lead. Lumberjacks would take their first drive of the game, and Spencer Wehr would score. As it turned out, of course, we did not know this at the time, but Wehr would score the first of his 6 rushing touchdowns and first of his 7 touchdowns in the game. Spencer Wehr, a 6-yard run at 6:31 of the first quarter. Lumberjacks had their extra point kick blocked, and the game was tied at 6-6. Lumberjacks would take their first lead of the game, still in the first quarter, with just 26 seconds left to go in the quarter, and it was Spencer Wehr's second touchdown run, this one from 4 yards out at 11:34. The extra point to kick sailed wide left, but after one quarter, the Lumberjacks led by a score of 12-6. North Branch would regain the lead in the second quarter, and was the last time that they would lead this game, as it was Thomas Werdeman scoring on an 8-yard run at 5:03 of the second quarter. The Vikings that did convert on a 2-point conversion play to regain the lead at 14-12, but the Lumberjacks would come back and get the lead, and they would not relinquish it as Spencer Wehr, no surprise, scores his 3rd touchdown of the game on a 13-yard run at 7:23 of the second quarter. The 2-point conversion pass to Tyler Moose from Tim Pokernowski put the Lumberjacks back in front 20-14, and the Jacks would add one more before the half ended with just 37 seconds left to go. And yes, it was Spencer Wehr, his 4th rushing touchdown of the game. This one from 3 yards out. The extra point was no good, and the Lumberjacks took a 26-14 lead into the locker room at halftime. Jackson gets the ball to begin the second half. They had a very nice drive. They ate up 4 minutes and 18 seconds of the clock, and Spencer Wehr got the touchdown, his 5th rushing touchdown of the game. This was a 12-yard run, probably was one of his best ones, Mike, because he wouldn't be denied on that 12-yard run. The extra point was no good, and the Lumberjacks led it by a score of 32-14. However, North Branch would get the ball for the first time in the third quarter, and they would go down and score, as it was Connor Hartman hauling in his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Once again, it was from 10 yards out from Aaron Robillard at 8:13 of the third quarter. The 2-point conversion play was no good, but the Vikings drew within 12 at 32-20. Lumberjacks would answer right back once again, still in the third quarter, with 25 seconds left to go. Spencer Wehr is the 6th rushing touchdown of the game. This one from 3 yards out. The 2-point conversion play on the Spencer Wehr run, making it 40-20 Lumberjacks after 3 quarters. And then the Lumberjacks put it away with their final touchdown of the game with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go. And it was Spencer Wehr, once again, his 7th touchdown of the game. This one coming on an 18-yard pass from Tim Pokernowski. The extra point kick was no good, making it 46-20. At that point, the Lumberjacks brought in the reserves with the final minute left to go, and Aaron Robillard would score on a 58-yard touchdown run for the final score of the game with just 59 seconds left to go. 58-yard touchdown run by Robillard. The 2-point conversion pass was intercepted in the end zone. 11:01 to time the touchdown. That making it 46-30 or 46-26, and that is how this one ended tonight. And Mike, just a Big night for Spencer Wehr as he's getting some photos down there with one of his teammates, all the Lumberjacks fans out on the field celebrating the Lumberjacks' fourth section title.
And I have it confirmed with the Minnesota State High School League that 7 touchdowns puts him in a tie for third most touchdowns in a game in the history of Minnesota high school football. So not only is it a Cloquet record, 2 guys scored 8 in a game. Jerry Simonson of Franklin back in 1966, and Peter Ward of Cook County did it against Cass Lake Bena in 2012, scored 8 of them. So there are 7 others, or 8 others that have 7. There's Tom Simmons of Morton, Bob Nelson of Starbrook, Tony Pratt of Starbrook, Keith Myers of Cannon Falls, Matt Brandt of Hopkins, Jake Brunny of Leroy Ostrander, Luke Doubles of Randolph, Parker Shermer of Lake City, and Bryson Butkowitz of Moose Lake Willow River all have 7 touchdowns in a game. So 7 in a single game, regular season or playoffs, is the second most total in Minnesota State. Tied him for second, third, tied him for the third spot. 2 people have 8, and Spencer Wehr has 7. So when you're looking at, you're in the history of football, I mean, some of these records, one of them was in 1949. Tom Simmons of Morton did it against Gibbon. I don't even know if those schools even exist. Yeah, as cooperative. So, you're pretty amazing company when you're going back 100 years. And, you're in with about 10 other guys for the greatest single game performance or touchdown in school history. So hats off to Spencer Wehr. And those are online at mshsl.org. So they need to submit those. So hopefully we'll get Tom Brenner or Crack Statistician to submit those to the Minnesota State High School League. And not even my good friend Scott Elwood, who played high school football in Rushville, Nebraska, ever had 7 in a game. So, Spencer Wehr is in pretty elite company. So kudos to him and that offensive line, man. He did a great job.
And you know what? They would be the first one that he would.
Yeah, I think if Spencer Wehr was in the NFL, you'd have some guys getting Rolex watches. But a little bit different in high school. You do hear that every now and then. A guy had a good game and got his line. Rolexes or, 4-wheelers or something.
Well, he at least owes them lunch.
Yeah, exactly. So you can buy him lunch in the cafeteria. Pizza or mac and cheese or whatever they serve there nowadays. So.
All right, let's take a look at our stats from tonight. Let's start for the North Branch Vikings. The biggest stat, Mike, is you tossed out that last 58-yard run. Lumberjacks defensively held Aaron Robillard to 80 yards. He was their leading rusher tonight with 138 yards and 1 touchdown on that 58-yard run, and that was against the Lumberjack backup who really didn't, it just came off the bench, as you mentioned, freezing cold, and Robillard was running like a man possessed. But for all intents and purposes, the Lumberjacks held Robillard to in the game for 80 yards on 11 carries. He did get the last carry for 58 yards, so it's actually 138 yards on 12 carries. But he had 240 yards last week, scored 4 touchdowns against Grand Rapids. The key was to stopping him, and that's exactly what the Lumberjacks did in this game.
Well, that was really the key. A guy like that is going to get his yards, but you have to just contain him, and they did a good job of that. He had some runs, and I thought early on, boy, this is going to be a tough one, but they did a nice job of bending but not breaking when it came to Robillard, and he's a guy that can hurt you. I mean, the other guys, they got some other good runners, but he's a guy, as we saw, late in the game against the Subs, that could go 60 or 70 yards, breaking 1 tackle, and suddenly he's gone. And I kept waiting for that to happen, and it never really did. I thought, there's going to be a time he rolls out. We're going to have him in the backfield. He's going to go 70 yards, but that really never happened. They did a great job. Open field tackles. We saw Jaden Schneeberger a couple of times, and a few others make open field tackles on him, and that was really the key. Is give him his 5 and 7 yard runs here and there, but don't give him the 50-yard runs.
So he was the Vikings' leading rusher, quarterback Aaron Robillard, 138 yards on 12 carries and 1 touchdown for Thomas Werdeman. He finished the night with 40 yards on 8 carries and a touchdown. And Hinziker had 2 carries for 4 yards. And Tyler Adams, he was pretty much non-existent with 4 carries for -5 yards. I'm seriously wondering if he was maybe not dinged up in this game. Passing, Robillard went to the air a lot in the second half, had to, of course, trailing by 2 or 3 touchdowns. He finished the game 17 of 30 for 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The Vikings had 177 yards rushing, 116 yards passing, 293 yards in total offense. They had 20 first downs, 4 penalties for 20 yards. They turned the ball over twice on a fumble in the first quarter and on an interception in the fourth quarter. But, Mike, this might be the biggest stat of all. Of the Vikings' 293 yards of offense, Aaron Robillard accounted for 264 of them by running and passing. He was almost literally a one-man show for the Vikings tonight.
And we kind of thought that going into the game, but early on they had a hard time containing him that first quarter. And, you know, I don't know if the game plan changed or what they did differently or he just got wore down, but, you know, they really did a better job of, you know, bending and not breaking against him. And I don't care what you do. I mean, in this area, you know, maybe if you're Delano or De La Salle or somebody, you know, you can shut him down. But a kid like that, there's nobody around here that's going to be able to keep him. You know, if you're under 100 yards, you've got a heck of a game. Yeah, played a heck of a game against him. And the Jacks almost did that here tonight. So, yeah, great job defensively. And, you know, I honestly thought it would be the Lumberjack defense against the North Branch offense would be the kind of the story within the story. You knew the Jacks were going to score points offensively. North Branch didn't have a great defense, but it really was going to be that battle. Could the Jacks on defense stop the North Branch offense enough to get them to win? And that, you know, ultimately is what happened. I mean, they were able to generate some turnovers and, you know, force a punt and, you know, were able to come up big in the end. So kudos to that defensive effort. They did what they had to do to win this game.
Looking at the Lumberjacks stats from tonight, of course, it starts with Spencer Wehr, senior running back. He had, and this is unofficial, of course, Tom Brenner, the Lumberjacks official statistician, will have the official numbers, but what we had tonight was Spencer Wehr carrying 33 times, 210 yards rushing, and 6 touchdowns, which is a high school record. And Hassan Maigig lost in the shuffle, but Hassan had a nice night. He had 71 yards on 13 carries.
He only got 6-7 yards of carries.
Right, yeah.
Again, those are video game-ish kind of stats, you know.
Tim Pokernowski, senior quarterback, he finished with 63 yards on 12 carries. Mitchell Gerlach had 27 yards on 6 carries. Lumberjacks rushed for 371 yards, so even taking the 210 yards away from Spencer Wehr, Lumberjacks still rushed for over 100 yards with 161 yards from Maigig and Pokernowski. 371 yards rushing for Cloquet. Passing tonight, Tim Pokernowski was an efficient 6 of 10 for 70 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. 441 yards in total offense for Cloquet. They had 22 first downs. They were had 4 penalties for 25 yards, and they turned the ball over once on a fumble late in the game in the fourth quarter that did not matter for anything. And with the loss, North Branch ends their season at 7-3, and with the win, the Lumberjacks stay perfect. They are now 10-0 as they head to the state tournament with the Section 7 4A championship. Passing tonight, I was going to mention Mitchell Gerlach caught 3 passes tonight, 3 of those 6 passes. And you know what? I did not put down, yes, I did. Spencer Wehr had the 1 touchdown pass for 18 yards. And that is your stats for tonight. And we're going to take one final timeout, take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, and Mike and I will be back to wrap things up here from Public School Stadium right after this.